Starting soon. This is now.
Yeah. Soon.
Starts
I actually
very
saw
soon.
that part the other day of that movie.
Oh, of Spaceballs?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, what reference are we making exactly? I can't remember.
Soon.
This is now. It's actually pretty innovative. Like, it's pretty funny. But, yeah. That is how we start this Thursday evening on the AboutBeverages.com. Our live show where we record some podcasts. We taste multiple things. We got what's a quad? A quad of beverages?
The quad.
A quad of beverages for this fine evening. And if you're new to the channel, hi, how's it going? I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we're About Beverages, and we're going to try some stuff tonight. The boys are back in town. Oh, my God. Let's go. Berserker, how's it going? It is good to see you. How are things with you? How is everything going? Have things settled in a little bit? I know you were super tired yesterday after doing a lot of, you said getting back to normal work and routine made you weary. So.
Berserker, who was having to play nurse last week,
yes,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
he has
beard conversations, I believe, was going on. So
Oh, that's right. There was a lot of wonderful beard conversation going on. We're going to start off with something fairly light.
Yes.
Especially for us, maybe dark for others. I don't know.
God,
It depends on the connoisseur of beer that you are. But yeah, it's gonna be a little lighter for us. Let me grab the podcast. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna hit this. Here's the beverage command. There's everything that we're having tonight. Lots of things. And then of course the first one of the evening. If I did put it correctly, I did. All right. I know this is a bottle.
Yeah, we've got the bottle.
That's a can. I could not find a quick good logo for that one. I was
Same
like,
thing.
I'm just going to put that. And I knew it wasn't going to be a podcast, so I wasn't doing too well, so it didn't matter. Doing well, still eternally tired, but things have been going smoothly so far since returning home. Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. Progressing smoothly and progressing forward. That is good to hear. So 805, this is a Firestone Walker joint. This is a blonde ale, I believe.
I think so, yeah. And it's 805 is the zip code that for Paso Robles area, which is where they're at. So.
And actually, when we went to San Francisco this year, not you and me, but my family, that royal we that unfortunately had to cut you off. I would have loved to go to San Francisco with you.
Oh, San Francisco.
That would be super
I love
fun.
going to San Francisco.
We drove by Firestone Walker, the actual brewery, and that was really cool because we took the 101. We did that up the coast. We didn't do the Pacific Coast Highway, but we didn't do the 5. We took what everyone said was the perfect in between. A little bit longer, but you get to see some coast. And drive around, so that was really nice. But yeah, we drove by there. I was like, "Ooh, I should go in there. That place looks huge." And maybe that's where you might find their more interesting offerings, at least to me. So Firestone Walker, I like their beers overall; they're fine. But I think a brewery like that's a little bit larger. When you actually go there, that's when you can find here's this barrel aged thing that they only sell at the brewery, or this other thing that you can get in a crowler or a growler or something. Anyway, pretty high ABV on this one, 4.7%.
It is really high. Yep. We know at least one listener wouldn't even get out of bed for that.
Barely even wake up.
Literally
would just would kind of, and then just put his head right back on the pillow.
Good night, Mr. Walters.
15 IBUs, 4 ingredients: hops, malt, water, yeast.
That's the way it should be.
I think
for the most part. I feel that is
accurate.
Things.
Yeah, dip a few other hops in there. What was it we used to joke about? I think a long time ago when it was actually a really good podcast. If you want to hear a funny podcast, it's not video. If you just want to hear a funny audio podcast, you need to go back and listen to the one where we did the Vortex bottle, the Bud Light Vortex bottle. We actually had one of those, and supposedly it was like this amazing thing that helped you get flavor, when it's like, no, it helped you drink it as fast as possible. Right. It was so bad.
It was like shotgunning.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it was like shotgunning, but in a bottle.
Yeah, that's good.
And then what was funny about it was, I think we mentioned, because it said something about hops, and we're like, oh, is there just one hop that they dip in each barrel? They don't actually even leave it. Hops. They just say they can have hops in it. They just put one cone in each barrel and take it back out, no less, and use it.
We recorded that here, though, at your house. Didn't we do something around that time, like at my house, the last house we lived in? I thought I remembered you and I going back into our guest room at that time, and we recorded something, and maybe we recorded
stuff
there.
We recorded some stuff with Joe one time. We did it on the on the scene podcast. I'm trying to remember what was in those, but those were also audio only because I recorded them on my wife's MacBook, I think. Y'all ever seen those oak bottles that supposedly age spirits? I have. There has been a rash of things, not only on Bourbon TikTok, but on some other websites that I've seen come through, and they talk about not necessarily trying to make a cheap bourbon better, like what we always talk about with cold brew,
Oh, right.
But it's like these little
Right.
barrels you can buy, and if you kind of want to put your own flavored spin on some
yeah.
sort of spirit, you can pour it in there, and you can age it. And since it's such a smaller amount of surface or larger amount of surface area, small thing, like it goes pretty quickly. Like in 6 months, you can kind of keep trying it a little bit on and on. Jackaroo, hello to you. How are you?
There was actually within the last year, a guy came in and bought some of the. It wasn't the Finlagen, but there's another one that we have that it's out of stock right now. But it's called Lismore. It was a Scotch, and he bought like a case because he wanted to dump it all into his barrel that he'd bought.
Oh, I remember you talking about that. I think you talked about it when we had the Finlagen, probably. Yeah. Interesting. Baker, hello to you too. Hello.
Fully energized phone.
Fully energized, full battery. You're all set to go. You're ready. You're ready to take on the world. All is good. All is right in the world.
Actually has a little bitter to it.
Yeah, there's a little bitterness.
There's a little flavor. So
it
has a little bit of flavor.
Shockingly, has a little flavor in this beer.
Cute little bit of flavor.
It's a cute little bit of flavor. I mean, I think this is one of those properly defined, like this is pool beer territory.
Right.
You're fine. I bet this is. Do we even know when we go to a football game this year? Do we even know what they have at our local stadium?
No.
Didn't they used to have like Barrio Blonde?
I thought.
Blonde, maybe.
Right.
For some reason, this seemed like something that they would have there. Like if you saw this, which I think they have this up at Bank One Ball, or it's not the Bob anymore, Chase Field, in Phoenix. We're in Arizona.
It might always be Bob to us, though.
It will be, I think. That was a much better name, I think. But yeah, they like I said, I remember seeing these there, and it's fine. Like it's not. I don't know.
Yeah. It's not what I'm usually looking for, but it's not bad. So
there honestly is a little more flavor there than I thought there was going to be. Yeah. Like you said, a little bit of bitter. Like
it almost doesn't qualify as light and refreshing. It'd have to be a little less.
Did you have something to drink before you came in here? You're pushing it. You've gone too far.
You've gone to Coors.
You had a Coors
on the way over.
Wow. No, in the car on the way over.
In the car.
It was fine. It was going to be fine. There was something. Oh, I know what. Actually, funny because I have this shirt on right now. Did you see the news about Stone Brewing? A little beer news right now, allegedly. Did you see the beer news about Stone, that they actually closed down their Napa Stone brewery?
I did not see that.
Yeah, it was kind of like it was sudden. They laid off 40 employees.
Oh, wow.
And it seems like it was due to not paying their rent.
So what were they brewing there? Just normal?
I think they probably had kind of like when you go to Liberty Station, they probably had some brews that were specific to that place, but then everything else. But they, which shocks me, I guess. But maybe when you're in Napa, like I don't know how real estate works. Maybe Napa, there's only a finite amount of places to either build or work or whatever. Of all whiskeys I've had, Rye is the one I'm least familiar with. That's one I've started to have more of lately, Jackaroo. Like I said, it's just adds like an extra layer of spice, a little bit more kick. Sometimes, there's just a unique extra set of flavors that I've been getting out of the Rye, and I've been enjoying. I still love bourbon and all the other kind of whiskeys, but that one, like I said, for some reason, I have been enjoying a little bit more lately. In fact, if you go in the archives, you can hit that up at where is it? Right there. Shameless plug. If you subscribe on YouTube, we just did a video on the Angel's Envy Rye. I don't know if you got to see that, Jackaroo, but you could check that one out that we did recently. And we had another rye. Oh, with a piggyback rye we've done as well. We've done several ryes. Yep. I was shocked how many that we have done in the last 6 months or so.
I think Trouble was brewing there.
I think it was. Sounds like Trouble's brewing there. Yeah, that is really good. Actually, you know what that deserves? Trouble was brewing there. Yeah, that deserves a rim shot. So they laid off about 40 people. So this is what I was fascinated by. I just assumed that if Stone Brewing started a place that they owned the building. They did not. They were renting from another group.
Okay. And
then refurbished the building. But I'm sure there's reasons why they do that, why they don't. They make sure that there's a market there probably. Then they're not, under for the cost of that land. That might be more expensive. Anyway, it was actually a court case that they wound up losing. And then they just, it sounds like either chose not to pay or do whatever. Because it was like, they had opened there. It was only a few months before the pandemic kind of hit, so they had only been open for a few months.
Oh,
so then when they went into the pandemic, they thought they were going to get some sort of pandemic rent relief, and this other company that owned the building was like, no, you're Stone Brewing. I'm sure you have money somewhere. You can keep paying us. And they're like, well, no, we're not making any money there. And so that's where it went back and forth.
Okay.
So they said, the one company said they weren't paying them at all. Stone claimed they were making half rent payments. And then as soon as some of these restrictions were lifted, they started making full payments. And that was where it went back and forth. And eventually the court was like, no, Stone is in the wrong. You should have been paying the whole time or whatever. Okay. And then they were like, well, we're out then. So that just kind of sucks for 40 people all of a sudden, very suddenly, lose their jobs.
Yeah, no, that does suck.
All I've really had is High West Double Rye and a little sampler bottle of the Whistle Pig 10. Whistle Pigs, what did you think of those? The High West Double Rye, I have been told to try by a couple different people. I have had the Prairie Kentucky, I think it's Kentucky Straight Bourbon from them. I think it's Prairie Whiskey. I'll have to look that one up. I've had that one. It was okay. I thought it was a little overpriced kind of for what the flavor was in that one. But I have heard the High West Double Rye is still worth to try. And that one's only a few dollars more. So that one, like I said, seems, like I said, kind of interesting. And obviously Whistle Pig, I am a fan of. I love the 12, and I've got one of the farm stocks, which might be a 10 or a 12. The piggyback is good. They have another Road Hog Rye. I think they've got where it's like it was supposedly, it's almost like the Jefferson or the Jefferson's Ocean, except this is over the open road. Okay. And the one I looked at that they had at Total Wine was actually from like Chicago to Los Angeles. Like, oh, it's from Chicago. I should probably get that one.
That sounds like it went on the
Route 66
road.
Yeah, maybe. That may have been what they did. I didn't read the whole back of it, but it was, again, that's the only thing with Whistle Pig. Like, other than the piggyback, which is under 50, like 45, which to me is like, mildly affordable for their stuff, it just jumps up so quick. It's like with Whistle Pig, it's all of a sudden it's 70, 80, couple hundred, all of a sudden it just jumps up really fast in pricing. So sometimes their stuff is not economical for me to immediately reach out and grab. But I do like having them on hand. Like I said, I've got a couple of them right now. High West was very early in my whiskey journey, and I thought it was light but kind of sharp. Whistle Pig was a little spice, but that's about it. Depending on the Whistle Pig, the one I have, and I'll look when we take our first break, when we actually go get the wine that we're going to podcast on. I thought we'd do the wine before the cider because I figured the cider with the coffee and the fruit and everything would probably be bad to have after. Okay. Is that kind of what you think?
No, that sounds good.
Okay. So when we go to grab the wine, I will check which one I have. But the one I have, I like a lot because it's got like a tobacco mint leather kind of quality. It's a very unique flavor profile, and I like that one. I remember that one. I think it was around $80 or something like that. So
and also
I know this is really drying me out. Bourbon. And I know I'm talking a lot, but it seems like it's really drying.
That's
me out.
why it's dry. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
I know it's not a bourbon, but the Willet then also is rye. We have the Willet rye.
Well, as soon as it's rye, it's not bourbon anymore anyway.
Yeah. We're just talking whiskey. That's right.
Yeah.
It's not
the Willet. Yes.
Actually,
I'm so glad. I often forget that one is rye.
The Willet.
That one is one of my favorites. Willet Family Estate 4-year. I recommend that one highly, especially if you can find it at Trader Joe's because they have the best price. What is their regular price right now? Because I just looked at it.
$56.99.
Okay, so you're still $3 under. Total Wine's still an inch down to $59.99.
Okay,
but you're still better. So that's
surprising.
That's pretty impressive for them.
Which is surprising. Yeah. Yep.
I don't know why, and I don't wonder if they price match.
I guess maybe.
One thing they can't price match. But yeah, like I said, that one is actually a favorite, and I need to get another one of those very, very shortly because that one is delicious. How about you? Anything? How was your week? Anything exciting? Anything going on? Anything new happen? Any new foods coming to Trader? Like anything new and exciting? There's always things going in and out, but is there anything that's like jumped out as like, I am surprised this thing is just flying off the shelves and I think it tastes like shit?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Okay. Is there anything that's like, this is flying off the shelves and it's delicious?
Well, the turkey and stuffing chips. We have these like horseradish and chive chips, which are
that sounds good.
Those are very popular. But now the holiday stuff is slowly trickling in. Some stuff's not available, some stuff is, but I think all the candy and the cookies and stuff gets released either the 8th or the 15th. So
let me know when those maple cookies are in stock. I know those are seasonal.
Oh no! Had to open up that cookie jar, didn't you?
That Canadian cookie
jar. But they're
jar
not available right now. So.
Oh really? How
no. Just a lot of production issues, a lot
border issues,
things.
Damn
things and stuff. But
what has been the biggest? What has been the thing that is most asked for that due to something like that you guys are out of? Would you say has there been one thing in particular that really stands out that like? Oh, everyone keeps coming and asking, and we're just like, it's to the point where it's almost like, I feel we should just put up a sign. We don't have this in yet. It's not here yet.
And there's just a lot of
A cadre?
things that,
Okay.
not one thing specifically, I would say, but the mashed potatoes are not available, and we have to look for a new. I guess the supplier did it for us, stopped doing private label stuff, and so we're having to.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So those are not available, but that's not a. That's
Can
not
you have that
sort of
from
thing,
them?
but-
Do you guys have stuff in there that is non-private label?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you could buy from them and just have it be non-private label?
possibly, yeah. Could do that, but who knows? Then maybe they want to raise the price, or who knows what's going on there. But yeah, there's just a lot of.
we'll take non-private label, but you got to save us some money. Like
That's-
that's
right.
what Trader Joe should say. They're like, well, if you
Just-
don't want to put this in a different bag, then
We gotta sell it to us. Come on.
yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
nothing that. Yeah, it's just
Hasn't
it's a
anything
little
too-
this, a little
little-
that. You know,
Okay.
just stuff. Yeah, just some things. Just are stuck. They're just stuck in those ships.
Having trouble getting like the
Import.
Pappy Van Winkle in and stuff like that.
yeah,
Trouble getting
which we
this
always do.
yeah.
We always have trouble with that.
That'd be hilarious if you ever actually like on an order, like all of a sudden, oh, they sent me 2 if you buy both of those immediately. Yeah, if you ever
How'd
see
that
anything,
happen?
if you ever see anything like that come in, you immediately buy both of them.
Don't send that back.
Yeah, don't show it to anyone. It's immediately unboxed. You ring it up and you buy it and you put it in your area.
We finally got our Balvenie 12-year had been out. It hadn't shipped the last couple times I ordered it, so that finally
Nice.
came in. Yeah.
That is a good one. Is that the only Balvenie that you have?
Correct.
Okay. Balvenie.
That is the
Okay.
one.
For some reason, I thought you had the Caribbean cask, whatever.
What's
however
the
you wanna say it.
12-year? That sherry?
Sherry or port?
No, port is one we had. The port staves or whatever. The port.
You're a port stave.
The port. Whatever those things were called. Balvenie 12.
Double wood. That's probably not it. Just this one. Toasted oak American.
I don't know. We sell it for $65.
So is it this double wood?
Maybe it is the double.
Smooth
Okay.
mono character.
Aw,
Layer of sherry, something like that.
pockets in.
Pocket, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oblaten? Oblaten? What? I don't know what that means.
It's those German cookies that
Oh,
she loves so much. They're not in yet.
they're
I
not
think
in yet. Okay, there we go.
That's either the 8th or the 8th or the 15th as well. So
if I get a closer of it, matured in 2 distinct. It just says matured in 2 distinct casks.
okay,
The 14 is Caribbean.
okay.
Let's just look up Balvenie in general. Oh, they have a 30-year. Maybe we should get that one this year. 12-year toasted oak. That might be good. 30-year. No, that's the lower price range. The week of peat.
The week of Pete.
What?
It's the day of Pete, maybe.
The day of peat. 12-year single barrel. 17-year double wood. Ooh, that sounds good. 15-year. Storied series, The Edge of Burnhead Wood, 19-year. Ooh, that sounds.
The Edge of Burnhead Wood. It sounds like a
There's
a
the
soap opera.
There's the 21-year.
And the Edge of Burnhead Wood.
That's right. It's producing limited quantities, make no more than 300 unrepeatable hand number bottles from each can.
I know.
Let's
That's what I was hoping we'd get a handsome Pete because we were talking about the week of Pete.
People have points. They can
The
use
day
them.
of Pete.
People have points. They can sit there and click it. Even if you're on mobile, you can hit a little button and make it happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you just hit the little pick on the.
She probably
the,
has some.
the little cool caps down there.
Pick on the cool caps.
Click on the cool caps and it'll show you all the different things that you can command to bring up with small cooldowns afterwards because we can't have it too often. I think I have it set up. I am excited for the next time that we are able to that we get a stream boost or a boost to stream time or whatever. Because thanks to Berserker, who was in chat a couple weeks ago when he was out and about, he was able to cobble together, and then from his information, I was able to put something together where I think now I have a way where if people are on mobile, I have a little, actually a command. I think it's called, I think I called it boost. Oh, maybe I call it stream boost. Hold on, I set up a command. I'm probably going to get it wrong. No, I can't even remember my own command. Oops. Oh, what did I call it? I can't remember what I called it now.
Mobile. Maybe mobile boost.
Maybe. Baker, you have plenty of points. You can do those too if you want. Maybe it's just exclamation point boost. I did. No. Well, that's a good one. Just letting people know that it can happen. Now I got to look it up. Son of a bee sting. But anyway, I set up a whole series of like, do this, do this, do this. And then you can log in and be on the desktop and make it happen. So I'm pretty excited about that. So next time it comes up, I'll just be hitting that in chat. What the heck did I... Maybe I just put BS? Lurk? Oh my God, I have too many commands. It is mobile boost. Okay, I think I made that too hard. So there. Want to use channel points to boost the stream but are on mobile? I got you. Click and hold on this link. So if you're on your phone, you hold this link, and then there's an option that says like not to open an app, like open in browser as opposed to app. So you do that and then select Safari. Oh no, it says what to open. So then you can pick Safari, Chrome, etc. Then you click on the 3 dots on the right to the screen, choose terms of service. Now click on the image next to the menu bar. Now click on browse.
Whoa.
And then that takes you to the desktop site. And then you still have to log in. But it can be done.
It can be done.
So there will never be an excuse for people not to do that. Baker, if
they might be tired at the end of the journey, but they
probably will. Yeah, it can be done. Baker, you click on at the bottom left of the screen where you normally are typing in message and things. If you click on the bottom left of the screen, you'll see that little cool cap right there. If you click on it, it'll bring up multiple little boxes that show you things that you can choose to redeem your points for. I'd be fascinated to see how many points you it's going to be like in the billions. Probably only one Desert Zaku is the only one that is maybe rivaling Baker in points, is my guess. It was fine. That was actually better than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to be honest. I was ready for that to be like, man, I'm just going to rip this one a new one. But it's fine. It's a good like starter beer. Like I said, if you're outside and you want something refreshing, like and out by the pool or something like that, it's totally, and it has a little more flavor than I thought it did. So
I agree.
Cheers to Firestone Walker. I don't know what the calories are on this one.
That's handsome Pete.
The pocket figured it out.
Dances for nickels. Pete, you got some customers.
I thought about sometime replacing that video with something else just to fool everyone.
Oh no, we can't do that.
Maybe on April Fool's Day.
You can't do that.
Maybe April Fool's Day, I switch all of them around so you don't know which one you're picking.
Oh, thank you, Pocket, for the redeeming of Handsome Pete.
That's right.
I think we've gone a couple of weeks without Pete. So
yeah. Oh, that's true. We have gone a couple of weeks
without
Pete.
It's been way too long.
Yeah, you can highlight a message. You can things you shouldn't try. You can be good to heal. You can key flex. If you got 750,000 points, you can key flex it. Still waiting on that. We've still got a celebration ready to happen whenever that one occurs. And yeah, we got Handsome Pete. Although he's in a cooldown now for a few minutes, so you can't Pete it at the moment.
Pete's cooling down.
Pete is cooling down. There's only so many shows you can do.
Overly handsome.
Guy Baker. Yeah, there's only so many of those you can do. All right. Should we go get the wine? Should we get going on some other beverages?
I think we should do that.
I like that idea. I think that's a good idea. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll put on some tunes, and we'll go grab the first wine that we're going to podcast on for the evening. Well, it's the only wine of the evening, but the first podcast of the evening.
That's right.
There we go. Did I get it right?
Just a few. Yes. The show must go on.
Yeah, sometimes it does. No matter what's going on, sometimes it just has to. No matter what horrible thing has befallen us. No matter what terrible thing has happened, we just must keep pressing forward.
That's right.
Pressing on.
And what distressing news that.
And by terrible thing, the U of A game is at noon when we're going to it. So that 13th. Sucks on the 13th.
Completely reformulates our plans.
Oh my God, that is unfortunate. Let's get that off the screen.
We'll figure it out.
Sometimes. All right, let me prep this a little bit.
First world problems, I guess, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nothing to really complain about.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Came off very easily.
Good. That's what she said.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait.
Well, that might be not a good thing. That came off too easily.
Yeah.
It's not usually an exciting thing, depending on what you're trying to prevent.
Why'd that come off so easily?
Depending on what you're trying to prevent.
Oh, well, yeah, that. Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Oh, God, yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
Probably don't say that with happiness.
No, the enthusiasm is usually not there for that.
Yeah, no.
Ooh, that came off easily.
No. just bad on a few different levels there.
It
So.
has a multi-layered joke there.
Right.
All right, we've got we're going to do a podcast. We've got a wine here this evening. I was very excited when you sent this little text to me like, hey, this is what I'm going to bring over. And I was actually also excited because it was like, wow, he already knows what he wants to bring over on like a Tuesday.
And it was not from Trader Joe's. Or it was from Trader Joe's, but it wasn't Trader Joe's only. So, you're able to
easy to find, found the website, had pictures, had
some
graphics. Keith literally just made my day multiple days. I was like, oh, not only was I excited for it, I mean, which I am anyway, whatever you bring over, I'm always like, oh, let me try it. But I was excited for this wine, learn a little bit more about this winery and the place and all that stuff. So that's what we've got for this. Give it a shot. Oh, damn it. I almost had perfect.
Oh, you should have just gone.
I should have just done it. I thought I would have shocked you.
No, I was ready. It was feeling like an intro.
It kind of did.
It was just working.
Maybe I should have just edited it. Well, here, I'll reach. I'll uncork it in a minute. HJ, it is good to see you. How are you all this fine evening? Everybody else that has shown up.
You probably have a little time yet before we actually get to the whiskey, so you guys can.
But
no, be here.
But they probably don't want to miss out on that. We're going to have one of these ciders that they gave to me. So that is the second podcast that we'll be doing is on the cider. So we'll see how that one is.
That's true.
And find out if it lives up to their billing of the most amazing cider. No, they didn't say that. They said, here, you should try this one.
Okay.
They did not. They leave without comment. It's like you when we talk about something, like, no, you should try this, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
So anyway, all right. Podcast time. Let me. For some reason we were looking a little bit. I'm just gonna.
For some reason I can still see you in the shot.
Yeah. Hold on, I've got to make this look a little better here. There we go. Now we're ready for the podcast.
Now it's like during the week.
I feel so much better. That's right. Oh, that's all keep people anyways. It's the Keith Flex.
I'll just put Michael McDonald. Just give me the album cover and I'll just,
there you go.
Or Phil Collins.
There we go. Let me move back.
I saw something I think it was imbibed the other day. It was a drink and they called it the Phil Collins.
Really?
Yes. And I thought we could make it while we have Phil here.
What was in it?
Forgot. I think it was a splash of Susudio.
Go on. And a little hello I must be going when you're on the finish.
A dash of... Oh, no, that wouldn't have sounded good. Yeah. The Susudio.
A dash of I don't care anymore.
A dash of I don't care. That's right.
I don't know. That's the...
And then the hello I must be going.
That's the rye whiskey you put in there. Yeah. Yeah, actually, someone that has been in chat a lot lately when I've been streaming during the day, doing some Red Dead Redemption, Dorcius asked me the other day, he said, ooh, should I have a beer or a cocktail tonight? And we actually had like a long discussion about like, well, what are you going to have to eat? What do you have? Like, what is the purpose of this beverage? And he's like, God, I didn't know there'd be so many questions.
And by that time, he's like, screw it. I don't want anything.
I don't care.
I'm just having water.
Thankfully, then he streamed that night and I was able to go in. I said, what did you pick? He said, I haven't yet. I've still been too much
I picked both. I like them both.
Take me home.
That'd be a good drink name too.
That is pretty good, actually.
Sprinkle of take me home.
Take me, because I don't remember.
Yeah. One too many drinks.
I'm here for the cider. I'm glad you're here for the cider, or CYDER.
If you drink too much of a Phil Collins, that's right. You gotta take me home. Because I don't want to have a bad case of the Susudios in the morning.
That's only if you have some wrong kind of food or something. Like, oh my God, that chicken wasn't fully cooked.
Yeah.
But anyway, he wound up going with a cocktail. He made a bourbon sidecar, and he put pictures of it in the Discord. So !! Discord if you want to see photos of that. So yeah, it sounded delicious. I almost made myself something similar later because I was like, ooh, that sounds good. All right, now I'm going to take, hold on. We're going to remove a few things. So if you're here, you will see some stuff has gone away because this will be going up, obviously, on YouTube. If you want to subscribe there, we would greatly appreciate that. We put all this stuff up and all the social media things. So just make sure you're subscribing on all of them so you don't miss out. LG, howdy. How do you? Did you need a drum roll?
She
oh my
was
gosh!
on a rim shot.
Oh my God! I wanted a rim shot. So take me home if you drink too much of a Phil Collins.
There we go.
There
we
you
can
go.
go retro. We can go back.
We can retroactively bring that one.
That's right.
Yeah, LG, we'll have a cider coming up next. So you may want to stick around for that one. I know how much you're down with the ciders. But yeah. We've got got a wine. Can I just use that other intro? It was so good. I literally should have kept going with it.
You could have.
I had the things like sitting right here. It would seem so natural. Now it's going to seem just so fake.
Well, no, I was shall we wait? For the Canine Overture?
I probably should wait a second. Yeah, if my wife is coming in the door because she'll let out all of my poochies and they'll come flying near the door. So we'll just wait another minute.
I hope you're talking about your dogs. Your wife's gonna let out all your poochies. Wow.
There'll be a lot of noise by the door. Oh my God.
God, I hope I'm on the other side of that door. As your wife lets out all your poochies. Okay. Oh my.
Oh my. George Takei.
I find it hard to believe it's November already.
It is actually November already, which means for you, wine weather.
I've actually already been enjoying some wine, but but it hopefully is a little cooler.
Yeah, Southern Arizona. That's a big ask.
It is, and also though too, you start thinking about there's that big celebration at the end of the month.
That's
fourth
true.
Thursday. What are you gonna? The food may be already established, but the beverages, it can change.
They're in flux a
from
little
year
bit.
to year. Maybe the same style, but maybe you go with a different winery, or who knows. There's all kinds of different options. But yeah, so it's kind of an exciting time, I think, for us, especially in the beverage world.
I would agree. This is our time of year. But yeah, I was very excited. You texted me earlier this week when we were doing our usual discussions about what we were going to have. You said, hey, I got this wine we should try. And I was excited because I was able to find graphics for it. I was able to find the website very easily. So we've got a lot of information. We've got a Russian River Valley Chardonnay. Let's give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Raeburn Winery Chardonnay. It's a Russian River Valley Chardonnay 2019.
Oh, it's one of those old wines.
Yes.
Does age make much of a difference when it comes to Chardonnay?
I don't think so.
Because it's not
maybe someone with more sommelier type experience might give us some different information, but for me, not so much. I think they, if anything, tend to go bad a little faster.
Oh, interesting.
For me, I sometimes you pour it and the color changes a little bit, but that's just
it's a good sound. That's why I like
but
doing
usually
that.
with whites. I'm not really aging them too much anyway. So.
Okay.
And a lot of reds aren't meant to age. Also, it just depends on the style. But we usually, I know last year we did the Phantom Chardonnay. We did that as a possibility for your Thanksgiving meal, and I think that actually went very well. In fact, I think we had a bottle for Thanksgiving actually.
Yeah, that actually sounds correct. I think we did do that. So this is, let's see, alcohol wise. I was trying to look really quick and be sly about it, and son of a biscuit, they put it in a weird spot that I can't find it.
Let me see.
14.5%.
Okay.
It's got a little something to it.
A little something.
Yeah, this is no slouch right there. Which is usually, I'm not usually looking for higher alcohol in this, but it seems like we've talked about this every time we've had wines lately. They keep inching their way up in ABV, and I don't know if that's on purpose or just because of the current growing climates and everything else. That's just what's happening, or what. But yeah. Color of a little straw yellow.
Little straw. That's right. Yeah.
Healthy urine, something of that nature.
Yeah, right. You've had enough.
Hydrated, but not too hydrated.
Yes, you're properly hydrated.
You were properly hydrated.
Maybe even could use a little bit more water.
Maybe just a touch. You're on the precipice of should I have a little more water? Should I,
Is that how we're going to start? That's our new color scale for
yeah. You should see your doctor with this sample right here. No, you're good with this one. This one looks okay. Yeah. You're good vitamins, good everything going on. But yeah, notice nothing, not a lot to write home about. It's clear as well.
Clear yellow.
Clear yellow.
Looks like wine.
I almost said it the first time, and then I was like, I don't know if that's good. And I was like, oh, it might be kind of funny.
Your urine darkness scale.
Yeah.
The UDS.
Yes. Well, it used to be like when you'd see apple juice, be like, ooh, that looks like a bad sample.
Yeah.
You probably should you stay hydrated.
Swirling it.
This table almost does the swirling for you.
Oh, yeah, once you get it going.
This card table just kind of starts rocking and rolling.
I need to let a little bit of that heat.
You want to let it sit for a second?
Maybe just a few.
I want to give it the full evaluation. So if anybody has any questions, now we're not talking about the price as of yet.
Correct.
Usually we kind of hold off on that till the end. Keith likes to surprise me of whether this is $3 or $4.
Yes, usually you have a pretty good idea of what wine I'm bringing over is going to cost because you know usually what I'm going to spend.
Wallet will only open so far.
Yeah, that's right. Or there's only so much in there to let out. Or I know that I can find the right value at that price point.
There you go. There you go.
That's actually what it is.
Now, this is not, like you said, specifically a Trader Joe's wine, but they just do carry it there. So that also, I'm like, okay, that could be a curveball then, though.
Right.
Because, I mean, Trader Joe's like has some more expensive stuff. Like,
we do.
What is the most expensive bottle of wine you have on the shelf, roughly?
If
I walked in there and said, give me the most expensive wine you have.
$60.
Wow. Okay.
Duckhorn Cab. Oh no, probably something over on the French side, something from France.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't
there a champagne that was
70
nuts?
or an
I know
80.
that's not wines, but I mean it's sparkling wine.
Well, we have the Vive, but that's only like 55.
Vive Clicquot.
Yeah, but we had some French reds for a little bit. The most expensive one I've ever seen at the store was 115, I think.
Wow.
120. We had that for.
Was
a
that
little
an
bit.
accident?
No, there was a time a few years back they were wanting to
blow the dust off of that one.
They brought in some and they distributed them to some of the better selling wine stores, and ours has always been.
Oh, okay.
Especially in the era of Ethan.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, which that era is still going on. One of his customers was talking to me the other day, and she and her husband already knew about a wine that we had just gotten in on a Friday, and I think I talked to them on Saturday. Like, oh, I got Ethan's email, and I said about this one, and she's like, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah.
Damn, he's
Ethan's
on top
still
of
out
it.
there. He is an influencer.
He is an influencer.
He is a wine aisle influencer.
We need to get him to call into the show at some point and like just talk about a few different bottles or have us go through some things. I like that.
Would be fun. Oh, but it'd be more than a few. Get Ethan going.
Oh yeah.
He'll talk for a while.
Oh my God, that would be cool.
That's a good thing.
That would be pretty funny.
So we're.
Are you ready? Like I'm good.
Okay. Okay. I think so.
Okay, let's do this. That smells lovely.
So we waited a little bit extra, a little longer to let some of the heat, because I was getting a little bit of the alcohol.
There was, yeah. I'm still
that,
getting a touch of that.
Yeah, and I wanted to let that dissipate a little bit, but I'm getting a little bit of citrus.
I'm definitely getting some citrus. I'm getting the oak in there and a little like almost like vanilla.
Yeah,
like, it's like some sort of like or a cream or.
Yep, I definitely get that.
I think creme brulee might be going too far for me, but like some sort of vanilla and like I said, definitely the toasted oak. This is usually what I look for in aroma for a Chardonnay, like a little bit of citrus.
Yep.
But I like that kind of aging to kind of come through. So
yeah,
no,
I agree.
That smells good. Okay, the taste.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sis, how's it going? Good to see you. Hello, good sir. How are you?
It's Sis.
It's Sis. I keep forgetting. We don't really need to use this, but I had this. It's fall season.
It is fall.
I could have that almost
maybe
like
for the cider.
We could do that with the harvest upon us.
Yes,
it's cider time. Do I have that on every one? I should probably look. I do. Okay, we could totally do that if we wanted to. I wasn't sure. All right, had to check.
You get the strobing pumpkin effect.
Yeah.
Seasonal strobe.
What's happening back there? These pumpkins are coming at me. Actually, funny about pumpkins. We watched Netflix has this really good show. It's called like The Movies That Made Us. I think we talked about it maybe here previously. And I think no coincidence. I think season 3 they had a bunch of like horror movies. Like there was Friday the 13th, Nightmare Before Elm Street, and Halloween. I didn't watch the Friday the 13th one because I really don't care. I don't know. Jason never was interesting of a
Juice and Voorhees.
Yeah, Juice and Voorhees. Yeah, never was too exciting on that front. But we watched the Nightmare on Elm Street one, which was pretty good. Most of that stuff I knew because I've owned those either DVDs or Blu-rays at some point. So then I used to watch all of the behind the scenes stuff, and I think one of those actually had director commentary, maybe with Wes Craven on there too. So a lot of those stories I'd kind of heard before. But the one on Halloween was actually very interesting. Like some of that stuff I didn't know completely, and that was really cool. Do it for the cider? All right, we will do it for the cider then. We'll mix it up for that one. But it was like I said, it was kind of cool. They talked about how because they filmed it like during the spring or summer. They filmed it during the summer for fall release, and so they couldn't find any pumpkins. They literally in the whole movie had 3 total pumpkins. that they had, and they even pointed to the 3 that were actually, they show little pictures like this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. And so any other pumpkins that are in the movie, they actually bought this other Scott and they painted them and stuff. So they weren't even actually pumpkins. Yeah, and like everyone on that movie, it's, the classic tale of like, I think the budget was like $300,000. And they, everyone on there was like, yeah, I was the editor. I was also this person. And I did this. And I did the costumes. And I did, and then one guy like, did certain, he's like, yeah, I was the assistant director. I was also Michael Myers. Like, so he was Michael Myers. And they had all come out of college kind of together. They'd worked on some other movie that Wes Craven, or not, that John Carpenter had done. And then it was like, basically they just kind of kept hanging out, and it was like, then they made this movie for this guy. And yeah, it's like I said, it's pretty fascinating. And that, like, I think everyone knows that tale, that mask is actually a William Shatner mask.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guy that was the like art department or costume designer, they had to find the mask. And in the script, he's always just referred to rarely as Michael Myers. He's referred to as the Shape, which is kind of funny too. But anyway, so they went and he's like, I had to find this mask. So he went down to like Sunset Boulevard and was looking at some costume shops or whatever. And there was a bunch, and there was a Spock mask. And then next to that was William Shatner. So he bought that, and he bought like the sad clown face mask too, because they weren't sure like what they wanted to do. And so he bought that. He took the Shatner mask, and I think he dyed the hair brown, and he shaved the sideburns up a little bit, like kind of high, and then shaved off the eyebrows, and then he painted it that white. Oh. And then like they showed that one to them in the clown one, and as soon as they showed that one, everyone was like, "Oh my god, that's that's it." But yeah, it originally started out as William Shatner,
a Shatner base,
a Shatner mask. Yeah. So fun facts that I have learned. I also started watching a show, Midnight Mass. That was the other thing that's on Netflix right now. It's from the people that did The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, there was something we were seeing.
It's a limited series, but
maybe that was it. I can't
both
remember.
Haunting of Hill House is also limited series. This one's only, I think, like 7 episodes or something. But I'd seen pretty good reviews, so I was like, well, I'll give something new a try. So I'm intrigued enough. It's a little slow at the beginning, but I'm intrigued enough. I'm going to try another episode or 2.
Did we talk about Only Murders in the Building?
I think we did a little bit. Yeah, isn't that Martin Short and?
Yeah, we watched the whole. Season.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Well, we were talking about it at the get together.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
So yeah, I think that's where it came up. But you guys liked it, right?
Yeah,
recommended it.
We did. Oh, that's right. We did talk about it there. Yeah, very much. That's good.
That's on Hulu. Hulu. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What do you think?
I think I was, let's see. I was thinking there might be a little bit more of the creaminess in there, but there is some in there, but there's a lot of nice fruit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little thinner than I was thinking it might be, but it's not thin. It's thinner than I thought. But I like it. It's good. It's got some good fruit.
I like it too. The alcohol kind of still hits the back for me. Like that's definitely there. I think the body is about what I expected, but yeah, to me there is more of the oaking comes through, and a little bit of creaminess, and the fruit is there. Like the fruit is there more almost in like a tart or like a sour kind of like tang on the side of my tongue, and it's definitely a citrus, a little lemon. I think it's a fairly good balance. It's a little heavier toward the oak, so I think you have, at least for me, that's how it came on my palate. Like, so I think you'd have to be a little more wanting that. But did you get more fruit than oak?
I did, and
okay,
I guess like because there's a wine that we sell that's super popular, and it's called the Big Churn. I can't remember. If we tried
I think we had that,
and it is like to me it's fake oak, not fake, but it's like overly done. I can only have like one glass of that.
It sounds familiar though. I know we've talked about it.
It's not buttery. It's just
go in the archives right now. Find out if we've done a review on Big Churn.
I don't think we have. Maybe, okay. But this, like I said, I like that. So to me, I get just a little bit more of the fruit than the oak part. But no, I like it. It's good.
I guess it's maybe the initial balance. Like I get that oakiness and the vanilla and the creaminess kind of first, and then the tart hits kind of like the back third and is kind of in the finish. Of that lemon citrus kind of flavor in there, but that's very good. I like that a lot.
Yep. You gonna guess the price?
Yeah, probably not going to be able to guess the price. I'm going to say it's $8.99.
Higher.
Okay, $10.99.
Higher.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
$12.99.
Higher.
Oh wow, $15.99,
Lower.
$14.99.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. I mean, I definitely think it's worth it for sure.
I was wondering what you were. Yeah, because I'm usually for
I initially in
Thanksgiving.
my head thought around $12, and then I subtracted because I was like, well, I bet it's going to be less than what I think it is. So it wound up being a little more than I thought. But I would easily pay up to like $15 for this though.
Like for Thanksgiving, I'm usually, I think most people, and I know I'm willing to go, to at least see if there is something a little more special in that price. I'm not going to pay it just to pay it, but
Like the Merkin Vineyards Chupacabra that I keep bringing up all the time.
Right.
Like that I think is a perfect kind of
good.
Thanksgiving, like spend a little more, you get a lot more, I feel.
Right.
And then it's also a nice bottle to share and a lot of the good conversation can be had around it.
And
I think this is kind of in that range of that there's a lot of layers in here that I think are very interesting. Do you think, is this one of those, do you think this is a Chardonnay for most people? Or do you think this is one of those ones that like, if you're not really, is it too oaky for a lot of people?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Personally,
this is definitely more in the wheelhouse of what I look for in it. Because sometimes I'll have Chardonnays and it's just like all fruit, which I'm fine with those, but just not in that particular style.
A little bit of balance.
I like a little bit of something extra.
Yep.
So,
I think this would appeal, would have a more universal appeal.
Okay. Well, I think I would agree with that as well. Also, it has universal appeal. My God, I tied it right into that. Is our website, AboutBeverages.com, where you can find not only reviews of other wines that we've had in the past, but everything we have done over the last decade, more than a decade. Like I said, whether it's podcasts, recipes, videos, stories, all of those things, you can find them there at AboutBeverages.com. If you only want the latest video content, we've got you covered there. Go subscribe on YouTube. You will be notified right away when a new video goes up if you do save the notifications and whatnot, which we would greatly appreciate. But if not, or if you don't want to do the videos, you only want audio, all those things are covered as well. Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, all of those things are going to have all of the audio that we've got for the podcasts that we do. And if you use a different app, just search for About Beverages. We are probably there. We are kind of everywhere for the most part at this point. It's hard not to be when you've been on the internet for that long. At some point, something has picked up the feed.
You infiltrate.
It has happened. Yeah, you've kind of infiltrated, sometimes for good and sometimes for evil. It has happened. And we've even infiltrated some pillars as well.
The pillars. We've created the pillar. Well, we've created the name for the pillars.
That's true. Yeah, there you go.
We haven't created the actual pillars. Those pillars being TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often when we are going to let you know what's happening at About Beverages. Like earlier today when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30ish Pacific time. Time about to change soon.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, 5:30 Pacific time, we get together and hang out and try different things and talk about whatever happens to come up. Also, throughout the week, Andrew let you know what he is going to be playing as far as in the gaming world, what he's drinking while he's playing, and for the most up-to-date information on About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot. I went with William Shatner.
Podcast. It wasn't as bad as the other one.
Okay,
that one was funny.
Okay. Well, and I should.
You should give it a shot.
The mask.
Yeah,
being
that would
William
have tied in
Shatner.
kind of fun. Whee! Yeah, I like this a lot. Okay.
I think I still, from my recollection though, I like the.
You couldn't be more wrong.
The
Jerry.
Phantom better.
Oh.
I think
Did we actually do a review of that?
We did.
Okay. What did we? Did we like it?
We did like it. Well, I know I bought it for Thanksgiving. So the other thing I almost got, I was considering it's a $20 bottle. It's a cab from Stag's Leap.
Okay, Stag's Leap. Yeah, okay.
That's 80 cab, 10 Merlot, and 10 Petit Syrah, I believe. Petit Verdot, one of those. One of the petites.
One of the petites.
One of the petites.
The petite.
There is the petite. Oh, there's a wine called the Petite, actually.
This actually. So I thought this thing was supposed to like register the. Seems like it never, like this app, this Vivino app, which you can follow us on there too if that is something you guys are into. It always, like every time I do it, it says not sure about this wine.
Oh, really?
Maybe I need to put the front, like I always put the back because I thought the UPC.
Oh, yeah.
Would be
No,
what
I
they
think
want.
it actually wants the front.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Let's retake it then. Let's see what we get. Let's try this. We're doing this live on the air right now. Let's not get all
Putting
of
Vivino into action. Putting it through its paces.
Oh, look at that. I found it. Oh, 1467.
What's up?
I can save 30 cents on the show.
Oh.
Average price $16.99.
Okay, so that's
there.
not
You
bad.
go. Where would you like to rate this? See, we're gonna do this live. We're actually gonna wait.
Wow,
this out
live rating.
Because I did the one we did last week the next day because I remembered to do it. So we got last week's.
Okay.
So I'm trying to build up the About Beverages content right here. What would you think? Just over like star rating, and then we can put on like
It's
our notes
1
and
to
things.
5, right?
Yes, it is.
And I think you can only do half stars, though.
You can do half stars. That is correct.
3.5 or 4.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go 4.
Okay. Yeah, I heard.
All right, what do you think about
reviews
it?
about this?
What do you think about it?
What we just said.
Oh,
Just
damn it. I got to go back and play the whole thing.
Yeah,
again?
no, you have to play the whole
Damn it. So we said
citrus on the nose.
I like this app. Have you actually, well, you have typed some things on there.
Mhm.
When you type words that it recognizes, it puts them in different colors.
Hmm.
So on
know
this
if I've
app,
noticed
the
that.
Vivino app, which is kind of cool, I took the picture, it recognized the wine. So I'm glad I was talking with Keith about that because I had that issue last week. So you do that. And as soon as you start typing in, like I just put in notes of citrus, and as soon as I put the word citrus, it knows that is like a flavor or like, an aroma or whatever, and it actually puts it like a little color. It highlights it in a different color. And so people, if they go to read the thing, they can just immediately, as opposed, even though if you want to put those things in there, they can just read citrus. Like when I go to type notes of citrus, and I put oak, see, it knows the word oak, so now it puts oak and brown.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. It's assuming, so the citrus was an orange, so it was assuming it was an orange.
Yeah,
I couldn't put it in yellow.
Yeah, notes of citrus, oak, and vanilla. How do you say that? Like that there's alcohol in the like what do you
heat?
Yeah,
A little bit of heat. So I'll say a little bit of like alcohol heat in the aroma.
my God, the heat. These are the wonderful balance of all three. Leaning. So there. So we did that, and then we say, do I have to hit anything else? No. And I say done. And it saves it. And there, it's for all the world to see.
And if you're following, or actually, and soon you'll be able to click on a link, right?
That's correct.
At our site, which will be revealed
hopefully in a couple weeks.
Soon.
Hopefully in a couple weeks, the revamped website will be there. We'll have links to Untapped on there. They'll go right to all of our cataloging of stuff on there. When you can follow us, and same thing with Vivino and Distiller, the whiskey one as well. Yeah. You just rated your first Californian Chardonnay. The Californians. We rated it a 4. The average rating of this 4.1.
Okay,
so that's good. People are liking that one. Wow, really good pick. Then this is delicious. Will we see this at the Thanksgiving tasting table? Will you buy another bottle of this? Or?
Very possibly.
Nice.
Yeah. Unless I don't.
Unless I don't.
Unless I opt not to.
Oh, some not have way.
Some not have way. I figured you could opt to buy some. I opted to not.
Yeah, that is nice. That is like for me, like I think that is a really good balance. Well, what else? You said Rayburn, this winery, they only make 3 other wines.
3 wines.
What are the other 3?
The other 3 they make are...
They make a extra
Pinot
Chardonnay.
Noir.
Oh,
they do a
okay.
Pinot, and then they do a Rosé.
The Thanksgiving table, you say? Exactly, the Thanksgiving table.
Will HJ be seated around said Thanksgiving table?
See, you knew as soon as you mentioned that, you're going to be put on the spot.
Of course. You're going
Pinot
to bring
Noir.
that up.
See, now Pinot Noir, you have me there too. Do you have the Pinot Noir?
We don't. We just have the Rosé or the Chardonnay.
Oh, they have a Rosé as well?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I'd be interested after having this one and how to style, at least for how much what I like on my palate, like the Pinot Noir, I would be interested in finding.
No, I think so too. Hoping to be.
Oh my God. Look at this hoping business.
Hoping to be.
Rayburn. Is it just called Rayburn Pinot Noir?
Yes. Oh. Yes, we do. We hope so also.
Yes, we greatly hope so.
Since you're coming from so far away, if you need a place to stay for the night.
Yeah. There's more than enough bedrooms.
We've got room.
I don't see. I'm sad that it did not immediately bring up a
their
total
overnight bags. Might as well.
It seems around like $22 for it, roughly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
For the Pinot. Okay.
Yeah, for the Pinot Noir. I definitely would like to find out. Now the Vivino is also nice too. Merchant does not ship to the, like a lot of them you can actually buy through the site, or like you can. It's kind of like a seller's thing too. It's
really?
not just a
Okay.
rating thing as well. Like see this one, whoever is selling this, we could have added it to the cart for that price, and we're on the Vino. But they don't have it. But they had it for $19.95. 3.9 gets a little bit lesser rating. I wonder why.
Okay.
Must be trash. What is the
garbage?
Like, we've kind of talked about this, and I actually had a conversation. This is probably about 6 months or maybe even a year ago. It came up about Untapped. People were saying that they didn't like some people didn't like Untapped as much anymore because they felt it was swaying people to not try things that they should try just because they look at the rating and they walk away from it and things like that. And I chimed into that conversation and I said, well, for me, I said for the most part, I use it as a catalog of all the things that I have tried. Especially, when you're trying stuff that either you may not have again, or, if you want to remember things, like I do that. And I use it sometimes for that. Like if I'm picking between two things, I will look them both up on there. And if one is like a 4.5 and the other one's a 3, well, yeah, I'm not going to buy both. But I don't like use it like for everything. Like I don't make all my decisions based on that, but I do. It does. If I need a final decision on something, sometimes I will use it for that. That's
what I would do. Like even Beer Advocate and Rate Beer, there'd be back. This goes back a couple years. I'd be like at Total Wine or something or a place, and if I'm like wanting to, okay, what is everybody saying about? Ooh, this sounds good. I'd like to see what maybe some people are saying, but then sometimes people, they say things, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm not judging it based on that. Or, Ken was slightly dented, so it didn't. It's like what? Okay.
Yeah.
But sometimes
close
people
enough,
have
A+.
Yeah. So, but no, I that's what I would use those things. Right. Like use that like a catalog to see what I've had, and then also just if I'm kind of on the fence, what are people saying about this?
Depends on the dog situation. I know that's true. They are going to have a puppy in there, or a new actually slightly. Is it a 2-year-old dog on Monday? They will have a new 2-year-old dog in their. I
know there was talk of that
in their home on Monday, so we will see. It's coming from far and wide. It's coming from lands far and wide. Have we decided on a name yet? And is it Daisy?
Daisy.
Daisy and her dukes.
Oh, is that going to be other dogs?
If they had, if you have multiple dogs, to be, no name yet. Oh, okay, no name yet.
Daisy.
Okay. Oh, well, cheers to you. Oh my gosh, I know. Cheers. Yeah, that is quite. If we were not having other things, I was about to pour myself some more of that, but we have other things to try.
We do. We have other things.
Yeah, we have other things that we need to try. Okay. Should we go grab the cider?
I think we should, especially since HJ is front and center.
Front and center. Yeah, let's go grab. We've got a cider. It is from Newtopia. This one involves coffee, which seems totally wacky to me.
Okay, it does. Cider,
weird
coffee,
weird wild stuff, weird wacky stuff. You're correct, sir. You're quite a character. Ed McMahon and actually Sidney Greenstreet, kind of the same person.
Yes,
at least when I do it. At least when I do an impersonation. All right, let's go grab that. We will take a break. We will put some music on for you all, and we'll be
right back.
Right back.
Dark Haven.
Yeah, it should be interesting. At least we'll find out.
Let's give it a shot.
I feel this is going to go like really hard one way or the other. Zaku, how's it going? It is wonderful to see you. Still love seeing Phil Collins. I think you might be the last person that uses the Phil emote, and I still love it though.
Yeah, we haven't used Phil for a while.
We haven't. Maybe Phil needs to I just haven't had a good spot to set up the camera and just everything else. I need to figure out something.
It's
That's one of my favorite.
That's what Zaku looks like.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite lurk emotes. It's my emote. It is. I feel it personally should be. is your personal emote to use wherever you want. And I love it though. Like I almost associate that emote at this point with you. If I see it, I was like, oh, Zaka. Oh, that's not Zaka. And I get depressed when it's not. Yeah, another podcast. This is going to be very interesting. I really think this is gonna go. It's true. I honestly, when I see it, like I associate that emote almost with you now at this point.
So Newtopia Cyder in California?
They're in
San Diego?
Oh, California.
City of Compton?
San Diego. Scholars have tried to
Wales.
decide- Wales vagina. I don't think that's it.
No.
I think it means Saint Diego. Agree to disagree.
Hey, where are their flagship lineup?
So you're not going to find anything on this on there.
No? Okay.
No. You can click on the link that actually, if you guys want to click on the links are really good. They're
Click?
God, they're nice right there. Those are
On
all
the
the things
links.
that we have been
Okay.
having this evening. We already had the Firestone Walker, which is fine. It's a blonde ale. It was actually a little better than we thought it was
Yep.
going to be. So you're probably glad that you have 18 more, 11 more, whatever it is.
Yeah, 11 more.
11 more. And then, so we just did the Raeburn Winery Russian River Valley Chardonnay 2019.
Yep.
I like that one quite a bit. You were hoping for just a touch more.
A little bit more from it, but
How
I
much
still
is the
liked it.
Phantom?
$1 more, $15.99 opposed to
See,
$14.99.
that's where you get that little bit then.
Yeah,
you got to
that's-
pay for it.
I would do that.
So,
Absolutely.
so is that worth $1 more?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
to me it is.
Is
I
it-
like
is-
said I like them both,
Is
but
it
and
worth
that's a fun-
$2 more? No,
I don't have to wonder because it's only $1 more.
We won't have. Hey kids! Hey, it's Krusty
It's
the
Krusty and Handsome Pete.
Clown. Oh my god!
Oh wait, no.
You could have Handsome Pete if you wanted it. Since we just made a reference to it, we probably will give one for free.
There we go.
There we go.
Arr, that's Handsome Pete.
Hey,
He
kids.
dances for nickels. Pete,
The
you got
thing
some
before this,
customers.
which I've never had on there, this is the same clip. I saw someone earlier say, like, is that used to be longer?
Yeah.
It's the same.
It's the
length.
same clip.
It's the same clip. But there used to be, like I said, the part before it is like, do you know this guy? And he can't see it, so then that's when he blows it up, the balloon, and then
Well, they show it like smaller, and then that's why he thinks it's Handsome Pete, and then they're like, no, and he blows it up so that no, he looks like this. He's bigger. And then,
it goes
yeah,
that way
that's
with
it.
it.
'cause,
Okay,
yeah,
that's how it goes.
They show
All
the
right.
smaller version, and so then
All right.
little Handsome Pete comes in. So yes,
Little Handsome Pete.
little Handsome Pete.
Sure, he's manly, but I like it too.
That's right.
It's manly, but I like it too. Oh man! All right, so yeah, we have a cider that we were going to be doing here that was given to us, bequeathed. We haven't had any beverage bequeathed to us in quite a while.
We just did.
I'm just saying, but before this, though,
Oh,
when's the
before
last
that,
time
yeah.
someone gave something to us that we
Well-
actually podcasted on?
Well, are you talking about someone we know, or someone that owned a company? Because we did just have the Bloody Mary.
Oh, that's a good point.
The Bloody
no,
Sundays or
like,
whatever.
I'm actually talking like someone that we know, like was like, here, you need to try
You
this.
should
for a
try
podcast."
this. No, it's been.
I guess it's probably been someone from like I said that you've worked with where they've given us a beer. Here
Oh
and
yeah,
there.
and he had one for us.
This
And
guy.
then there was a birthday festivity of some sort, and the birthday person, I guess, went into the fridge, helped himself, and I guess yeah. Todd was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "But I figured it was his birthday," and I said, "That's right. He deserved
He
a good."
smacked it out of his hand and went
a
flying
delicious
across the
beverage.
room.
So
That's very kind of
but
him.
yes,
After this podcast, chat, remember to mention to me, ask me about Norlan whiskey glasses.
that's right.
I don't want to talk about it now.
Now, Rebecca, counseling people is what I
I
do.
just
Please
put
let
the
me help
thing.
you.
All right, Fraser.
There you go. I was able to save it.
It's just that I can't seem to make anything work. Robin is in prison. I manage this crummy bar. My career is at a standstill. I'm miserable. I'm lonely. And now I have to sell my Mercedes.
I see. Well, I'll give you $5,000 cash and take over your payments.
6,000 firm.
Deal.
Thank you.
Damn, it's good to heal.
Lucky with the wonderful redeem right there. I love that one. That is a real good one. Thank you for that, Lucky. I appreciate it. We were just about to do a
And
podcast,
Lucky's
so
here.
that's why I didn't show up
Yes.
for a second because I had it turned off because we were just about to do a podcast. But I saved it.
You did. That
I
was a good
saved it.
save.
Oh man, that was quick. I wasn't sure if it was going to show up. I was honestly not sure.
It happened.
It happened. It did happen. But yeah, chat, remember to ask me about Norlan whiskey glasses when we finish this podcast, because that'll kind of dovetail a little bit into the final podcast of the evening. So we'll talk about it then. It'll make more sense then. One of my favorite things is not only trying new beverages, but trying a new beverage that someone gave me.
That just makes it that just a little bit better.
There's
Even,
a little,
not just a little, but a lot better.
Yeah, there's the couple layers there. There's not only the like, oh, this is cool, I'm going to try something new, but it's also like, you've given this to me, so in theory, I assume that you liked it, so that I would like it, or it could be the other way. This is so weird, you should try this just to have the experience.
There's that, or my God, I don't want to drink any more of this. Tear it out.
You have given me a few of those at some point.
I have, that's true.
That's what I'll have. You should try one of these. But anyway, so we've got something I think that is going to be very unique, something that I'm excited to try, and I think is honestly going to go really going to go one of two ways. We have a collaboration cider for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Dark Haven cider from Newtopia Cyder.
Yes, and it is also it's a collaboration with Dark Horse Coffee. So this is not only a cider, but it's also has coffee in it as well. So
All
that
right.
to me is what was I was like, we have to try this for a podcast because that just sounds too weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. How are you feeling about that?
We like ciders, and we
do you like
coffee.
cider? We like ciders.
We've had a cider recently that we didn't do for a podcast. The Schilling, their Cider. Which
yes,
had the chai, which I actually have spoken with people at work about, and they've, did you like it? Yes, I liked it. It was good. I wouldn't necessarily buy it again, but I did enjoy it. So, cider is a malleable, flexible beverage. So we'll see how
It's true.
How it goes with coffee.
So I guess what it makes me think of, like one of our favorite coffees, like I said, we both come from coffee. That's what our background is. One of our favorites that we used to like if we weren't going French roast or darker was obviously like an Ethiopian, whether it was a Sidamo or a Harar, maybe even a Yirgacheffe or something like that. And it was because it would usually bring a lot of that wine component to it, that fruit component to it,
yep.
sometimes some blueberry and kind of. So that seems like that might fit a little bit with the site, like that could bring something interesting,
Right.
but it also could be almost so overpowering that it could be a little funky.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, it's good. We usually when we have something to try, say it's a Chardonnay. Well, we have an idea of what we're going to expect. It's an IPA. Okay, we have an idea of what this.
Yeah, based on the
it's a
hops,
cider
or-
and it's coffee, so we know that part. But what will it ultimately? How will they fuse?
How will they fuse
How
or
will they
infuse
fuse?
together?
That's right.
And I'm not familiar with this coffee roaster at all, so I don't know, what their roast profiles are per se. So
And this is also
out
out of
another
San
wild.
Diego, I think, right?
Yes, the Newtopia Cyder is out of San Diego, California. I'm assuming that the roastery is also in that area. I don't know if it says on here. If you guys know or want to leave a comment down in the chat, you can tell us down there. I was also trying to quickly look, 6.5% alcohol. This is a 16-ounce can. I do not know the price because it was given to me.
Okay.
So again, if this is one that you've bought before, their website only has like 4 different ciders on it. Link to that is also down below. Just kind of their main ones that they ship out. So some of these collaborations or smaller batch things do not seem to be on there. But like I said, you can check the links on Untapped and some other things as well, and they are there. But I do not know the price. So definitely on the darker side for sure of what I normally get out of an apple. I think it was just apple in here. Let me take a look while you
It's a little bit
talk
like
about the color there.
amber, a little bit like almost like an iced tea, a little bit amber ale. There's a little bit of all of those kind of reddish brown notes going on in there.
So I'm not sure exactly how this is all going to play into here, but I'm reading here. So the coffee is sourced from Guatemala and Brazil.
Okay.
And then it's under that it says caramelized pecans and cinnamon. So I don't know if that's just a flavor profile or if they actually added those things.
Okay.
So I apologize for that. I just noticed that down there at the bottom. But I wanted to give full information. Concocted with purest botanical. I thought they mentioned on it. Maybe I just saw it on there somewhere. I can't find that either. There was it mentioned the apples. There was like a couple different types of apples. I think. Oh, actually, you know what? That was a different cider. Never mind. I take that back.
Scratch that.
Reverse it. All right. Aroma?
Yeah.
That's a lot of
That's
coffee.
coffee.
That's coffee. Oh God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we don't even need to pause on that one. That is a lot of coffee in the aroma. Like I said, that hits first. There's a little fruit after there, which is nice. It actually, if you're ready for coffee forward, it's a good balance. I mean, it's a good aroma.
Yeah, I just wow.
Because
Okay. At the end, there's like a little bit of like maybe a stretching it a little bit, but like a apple cinnamon sweetness under there. But
I'm getting there.
Definitely is coffee.
Like a little apple cinnamon like pie, a little bit of nutty in there. And the coffee for sure comes through first, but it's actually a nice aroma.
Yeah, when you go for that, it's not like, oh, I'm not getting the coffee. Oh no,
It
Oh,
leads
no.
with
You're
coffee. It
getting the
almost should be
coffee.
the collaboration should be the reverse. It's a Dark Horse Coffee is collaborating with cider.
that's right.
So it should actually be that way. That's nice though.
I like it.
I do like that.
Interesting.
I'm wondering how this is going to blend together. I'm very excited. My mouth is already kind of watering, so that's at least a good sign.
With anticipation.
With anticipation. All right, let's go. Thinking about it. There's a lot of layers here to unpack. And a hush fell over the pool room.
As we tried to
Over the
cider
tasting
from
room.
Darkhaven.
Yeah. And when the tasting was done, the only part that wasn't, I don't know, wasn't dry was, I don't know, under his big old tongue. I don't know. Woo. Sorry, that's all I got. I don't know, man. I'm trying to work with me here. God damn it.
That was good.
That's all I got. Okay, I have an opinion.
I actually had one pretty quickly.
I kind of did, but I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just an initial reaction. So that's
Okay.
why I was like, the aroma was one thing, but I was like, on the taste, I kind of,
Okay.
unless it's the eggnog from Trader Joe's, it was absolute trash.
And that is back.
God, no.
But
Did they change it?
It's already. I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Did you demand them to change it? You told them? Did you
It's
show them
already
our review?
unavailable. We have everything that we can get. We have a ton, but we have everything that we can get. It's
Did you
already
show them
unavailable.
our review and let them know they need to
We're
fix
in the
it?
minority, I think. But
God,
there's also a
so
gingerbread
bad.
and a cocoa.
Did that one
And I
already have
think there's gonna
alcohol
be
in
a
it?
mint. What? They all do.
Okay, they all do.
Yeah. Yeah. So get it. Let me know if you want another bottle.
Oh, God. It was so bad. So bad. That was, yeah. That's one of my better reactions.
Yeah,
I just
it
did-
was.
It was so bad.
I don't like it.
May have to put that as one of our featured selections. On
I don't
this
like it.
All right. I'm gonna have to say, for the flavor complexity alone and everything going on, this might be one of my favorite ciders.
That really works for me.
That is really good. I'm honestly shocked. I like the amount of coffee that's in there leads into the fruit, which leads into some of the cinnamon that's in there. And
Yep.
there almost feels like there's some barrel aging going on, even though I know there's not. There's something like it might just be because of the apple they use and the combination of everything. It reminds me of something else. Like, I don't know, like a port barrel or something.
Right.
There's another layer in there. It's different, so it's not going to be for everybody.
Yeah.
But just because of normally we get a ciders where it's like, oh, it's fruit and another fruit or this and that. I love the depth of everything. Like, I know this is probably one of my favorite ciders.
That is really it.
And sippable. Like, I could picture sitting. I cut you off, so I apologize.
it's okay.
But no, that all of a sudden just made me think. Like, I could literally picture us. You and I are going to sit outside, and there's a fire, and we're just relaxing. Like, this would be like that perfect autumn kind of cider just to sit there and enjoy. Sorry, go ahead. now.
So in the aroma, it's like pretty much mostly coffee.
Yes.
At least in the flavor, though, the coffee becomes second, but only like maybe 49, 51. It's
Right.
It's still you get that apple, but you get the coffee. I mean, actually, they're very well balanced. I wouldn't say there's a second fiddle, whereas it was dominant in the note. It does not happen there.
They all kind of support each other.
Yeah.
Like they get to, it's almost like where you have if you're watching like a musical or something where two people are going back and forth and they're both kind of almost getting their little solos here and there, but then they come together at the end for this final song, whether it's I don't know why I'm also
what a
thinking.
good-
Well, that's what
No,
I was
that's
thinking
good.
about. That's like I was just thinking about Oklahoma for some reason. Like it's the back and forth where they're both like getting their starring little cameos, but at the same time it's those two together that make this beverage. And this is
So am I Gordon McRae?
This is family. I will
Or
take.
wait, no. Who is the coffee Gordon McRae or
Is the coffee Gordon
it Shirley
McRae?
Jones? What's going on there?
I'll take Shirley Jones. She was an amazing actress and fine singer.
That no, it's and it has the coffee, it has the apple, and then
Are you
there's
saying
some
that's what we should do for
cinnamon.
next Halloween? You should be Gordon McRae. I should be Shirley Jones. Done.
And only maybe 2 or 3 people will know what we're doing. But yeah, then then at the end there is that cinnamon in there too. So no, I really.
And there
wasn't
is a
sure what to
nuttiness too.
expect.
Like that could be from the coffee naturally. Like I don't know if, like I said again, I just
Well, it could be the
noticed that at the
Brazil
end when
that's
we
in
talked.
there because Brazil kind of has that sort of.
Depending on how it was roasted, can have
Yeah.
the lighter and have a little fruitiness too, which plays
Right.
into the cider, which is
Right.
usually could be kind of nice because that one's a little more acidic too, depending on again how it's roasted. Yeah, no, that is very good, and I would definitely wish. I'm sad that I don't have another can of this now.
I
'Cause
wish we wouldn't have podcasted.
I kind of wish we hadn't have podcasted on it if I had just known it was delicious. But you know what? I can always go into the archives at AboutBeverages.com, watch this video, relive it all again, and just get that enjoyment once again out of it. That is where you can find, obviously, like I said, AboutBeverages.com, where you can find all of the things we have done over the more than a decade's worth of content. Go back there, check out everything from podcasts to videos to audio, stories, recipes, all that kind of stuff. If you only want the latest videos, definitely subscribe on YouTube. That would be greatly appreciated. And if you only want audio, we've got you covered there too. Spotify, Google Podcast, iTunes. If you have a favorite podcasting app, guess what? Just search for About Beverages. We are more than likely there. Hit the subscribe button there, and it helps us out a ton. We would appreciate that. As well as checking out some of our social media stuff.
The social media, the 3 pillars that we use, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often. To let you know, most Thursday evenings we're going to be going live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages. Most around 5:30 Pacific time, most Thursday evenings.
Until the time changes.
Until the time. Well, that's right.
That's why Twitter is so valuable.
That's right, because it'll also keep you up to date on that. And also throughout the week, Andrew let you know what he's going to be doing as far as the gaming world goes and what he's going to be enjoying beverage-wise along with that. But yeah, follow us on Twitter for the most up-to-date information at About Beverages.
But, as we always say, whether we like it or not,
You should definitely give this a shot.
and that is a podcast. Don't forget Rod Steiger. Okay, Joe can be Rod Steiger. Poor Judge is dead. Poor Judge Fry is dead. All gather around his coffin made of wood. Wood.
Wow.
I love that. That's a great. I love Oklahoma.
Filmed here in Arizona.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
You didn't know that?
I think I did know that.
Okay. All right.
Which then also
In
always
Elgin.
makes me think of Cannibal the Musical.
Oh, I still haven't seen that.
You still haven't seen that?
No.
I should loan that to you.
What's the other one that you like by them?
Orgasmo. Cannibal the Musical is funnier, and also the commentary I think on there is better. That's what makes that one so good, is really the commentary. They have the drunken one of the early drunken commentaries. It's all of them getting together and they're drinking. And, yeah, that one is very good. Yeah, no, this is amazing. Cheers. Thank you for sharing this with me. This is
that's
that is
good.
really good. I was worried because I'm always worried with coffee, because I'm a little bit of a coffee snob. Like I'm always worried that's gonna, like, because we have had well, famously, even going way back, like Lagunitas has that coffee stout.
Right.
And I remember we did a review on that, which I think that one I've
Cappuccino
had
stout,
recently,
yeah.
and it's gotten better. And we had that, and it was like, ooh, you can just tell the coffee isn't like, and that, like, the coffee can literally bring down the entire beer if they mess it up. Don't use a good blend. Don't use something that's fresh. Under roast it, from our opinion. Like I said, so this one I think was enhanced, and they did a great job. So I'd actually be interested. We should look up Dark Horse Coffee and actually get some coffee maybe in from them.
It's interesting that I wouldn't put cider and coffee together necessarily, but works. Definitely works.
No, there's a lot of things that are Dark Horse. Apparently, you've got to really spell all that
There's
out.
a winery actually too.
I just saw that too. They're also, so they are out of San Diego. Okay. Oh, I put everything back on. We're good. Shop our coffee. Well, that's what the hell I'm going to do.
Hopefully it's not roasted that late.
Yeah, that looked a little light there.
Yeah.
There's the Brazil right there. That's cute. Probably 12-ounce bags, I bet. $15.
Fazenda Rio Berhante Bourbon.
Cupping notes, chocolate brownie, s'mores, dates. I don't know why.
Those all sound good.
They called it Rancho Relaxo, and so do we.
And so do we.
So this is our. They have one that's called "This Is Our Dark Roast." That's pretty good.
Okay, Guat.
And
Guat makes a
Twiga?
good
Oh, it's a bourbon
What
as well.
is everything?
I thought it was very unique and tasty. Glad it traveled well. It did. Yeah, this is very delicious.
And
Yeah, I wish I
everything
had more of
is
these. Because honestly, the aroma with this, I could just see cooler evening sitting outside. If you had a little fire pit going or something, sitting there enjoying it. Like this is like kind of one of those perfect beverages because it's hitting all of those fall
It's
notes.
coffee and apple. Start out the morning with. Wait, no.
Good.
Coffee and
I'm
an
not
apple.
against it. Not against it. I wish they said. I wanted to see a little bit more of a picture of this dark roast, perhaps. But all right, I'm gonna. Well, not this. Let's bookmark their main page. Oh, they have different. These are single origin coffee blends. The dark roast is a blend. Instant coffee. Oh my God, they just lost my respect. No, let's go ahead and
That's
add
a thing.
bookmark podcast. Okay, we bookmarked that. Maybe we'll I want to do some more coffee. I know
Yes.
we've got some that possibly someone might be sending us some coffee for us to review and go through, but we'll see if that comes through. But I'd like to do another one.
What about who was that person, the listener that was back in like Virginia or someone, and they were part of a winery, I thought.
Oh
or-
yeah, gosh, I don't know if they've been around very often,
I haven't
or at
seen
least
them.
as of late. Yeah,
I know
that
they
was
were
really cool.
at one time talking about. I thought maybe getting us something to try.
Getting us a
too,
bottle
so-
of something. Yeah,
Yes.
what was? I can't remember what that was.
Yeah.
As that warms up too, you get a little more of the cinnamon and the nuttiness kind of comes through
Yeah,
with
it
the
is-
coffee.
It is.
It's good
The
kinda on
aroma
every
is just like
level there.
coffee and like brown sugar. You just don't get much of the apple, but
How come you taste so good?
yeah.
I think I saw they're no longer doing that song in concert. So
I
maybe we shouldn't
did
even
read
reference it
something about.
anymore.
Yes, I didn't realize. Yeah, some of those words in that song.
Yeah, it is. You're like, ooh,
Yeah.
interesting. I did not, Mick Jagger, if you sang clearer, I would not have enjoyed the song near as much. That's funny. Yeah, I wish this one was had a little bit more information actually on Newtopia Cyder's website. There are other 4 main ones that they do that they talk about on there, like that they release, or just kind of usual, like this is apple, this is beet. It's nothing,
Right.
super over the top. So. Yeah, no, that is pretty good. That is quite good.
We enjoyed. I saw the few comment while we were recording, but I was able to.
Oh,
Phew.
now if they only made an imperial barrel aged version of this, it was like 10%.
Oh wow. Okay.
That'd be great. Instagram may have more info. Oh, okay. Yeah, I will have to. Yeah, we'll have to check that out at some point. That just shows all the Newtopia ciders. Oops, that is not what I want to click on. No, stop. I can't believe that one. Actually, I'm going to go back one page. It's crazy. Wait.
Oh, it is 8. Oh, there. So there you go.
But that's not.
Hints of cinnamon, roasted pecan, and it's aged in rum barrels. Huh.
I don't know. That must be something else. That must
Okay.
be a different one then.
All right.
I think they did Imperial Rum Barrel, so I think this one's
Oh,
different.
okay.
This is the
Okay.
only one I could find because this one is only 6.5%.
Okay.
That I did find on here, so they
Okay.
must have done one. Okay, that
All right.
actually would be probably super
That
delicious.
probably would be really good.
Um,
Yeah, that would those flavors that come from that would complement this very well.
Dark Haven Newtopia site. They do a bunch of. Oh man, yeah. That link in chat is probably to the one that is the rum barrel version because this is not 10.5%. But everything else that we said remains the same.
The
Yeah,
cider remains the same.
The cider remains the same. Actually, you know what? I had someone text me earlier today. Fun fact: November 8th. What's today? The 4th?
Yeah.
Yeah. November 8th is the 50th anniversary of the release of what album? And if I know about it and this person texts me about it, it's got to be somebody that I really like. So I'll make it
It's
easy.
1971. 50th anniversary. Would Joe text you about something?
You could say it. He also was part of this text thread.
Okay.
So it's the two of us. So, that narrows it down a little bit.
Wasn't Metallica. You know that.
No, it was not. James Hetfield's not 80.
It wasn't Enya.
He's older, but he's not 80.
It wasn't Enya.
Yeah. Far and away.
Led Zeppelin 4? Really?
Look at this guy right there.
Wow. When did 3 come out then? Because they must have been
a year
just
before that,
releasing those things like.
It was like, if you look,
Okay.
it's pretty much like almost
All right.
like every year, like they were putting out like that's kind of how it was.
Okay.
And then after I think 4, like I think they slowed down a little bit, like it's like a year or two. Well, because their final album was what? Well, Coda, if you don't count
80.
that one,
Yeah, that was 19
because that was like literally a
82
compilation of
maybe?
extra stuff.
or 80. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Led Zeppelin 4, 50
Okay.
years. Isn't
Wow.
that nuts?
It is. I was thinking because wow. I had a feeling it had to be a rather epic release, and I know all their albums have that sort of quality, but especially 4 seems to be the one that everybody knows.
Right. Yeah.
So-
Unnamed or 4, or whatever you
Yes.
want to call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is shocking to me. Yeah, I can't believe that has been, like I said, that long. But yeah, that is that is an amazing album. Definitely up there. It's not my favorite Zeppelin album, but it is up there.
What is your favorite Zeppelin album?
Physical Graffiti.
Is that a double?
Yeah.
Is that why? Because you have more. No, just kidding.
I
get more.
I mean, there's a little bit of that, but it has some. I think it probably has. Probably 4 is more consistent the whole way through being, really good. I think Physical Graffiti has like the second album is a little bit more down, but the first side of Physical Graffiti is so good because it's Kashmir, it's In My Time of Dying, it's it's just all of that kind of, like, I don't know, there's just a lot on there that is just over the top. Time moves along, and they say it waits for no one. That is true.
That's very true.
That is true. Also, what you guys should not have to wait for is our next podcast.
That's right. For
Should
us
we-
to try something from Wild Turkey.
From Wild Turkey.
Speaking of Thanksgiving.
Speaking of
turkey.
Thanksgiving. And I know after last week you had said, that 107 proof, that was good. Can we kick it up just a little bit more? And so I've got you. I got you covered. Not much, though. 112. So
Okay.
not much. It's not like
it's only 5.
I didn't go. Like, I don't even think that'll make much of a difference. But we are going to rye.
2.5%. Yeah.
But this is, let me quickly just tie into this, though. We were talking about, you guys were supposed to remind me and you didn't. I remembered myself.
Oh, the Norlan's glasses.
The Norlan whiskey glasses. So Norlan, again, also a friend of chat, Dorcius, was hanging out and we were talking about the cocktail stuff. He was like, hey, have you seen the rocks glasses that Norlan makes? And I said, no, I have not. Have you seen the rocks glasses that Norlan makes?
I have not seen them.
So they are very cool. They have they have 3 different types of glassware. They have the whiskey glass that we get. They have a rocks glass, and they basically have like a Collins or highball glass, like a taller glass. So I don't know if you guys
Same sort of concept.
No, they're not going for quite that thing. So it's called a rock tumbler, a heavy rock tumbler. Then there's that's like their newest one. I don't want to click on it just yet. So the Norlan whiskey glasses, I think are worth it. They're kind of like a higher end kind of glass, but I think
something fun.
I think they're fun. I think it's one of those cool things when people come over, like, check this out. And I honestly think it's a really good, like, everything they do, like they thought it through, and it is probably almost the perfect whiskey glass. Between that and Glencairn, I think it's honestly like back at just whatever your preference is.
Okay.
For the most part. So those are $50 for 2.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it was 48 or whatever.
Something
for 2
like,
of
yeah,
them,
okay. Okay.
What would you say if I could sell you a glass that was $50, but you only got one?
Oh, I would say no.
I would say, yeah, a little expensive, right?
I
Is
would
that what
say
you'd
yes.
say?
Yes.
So we have the rock heavy tumbler, $50.
$50 for one glass.
And that's a 250 mil size. If you want the 350 mil size, $55.
Wow. Yeah, might as well go for the 350.
You might as well go. I kept reading it, and like, look, you can tell they even know that they're kind of doing stuff. Glasses sold individually.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot.
I was like, that is kind of expensive. They are very cool. They look really neat. They're kind of similar-ish style, but they don't have the double wall kind of stuff going on. But here's what is neat. What if you wanted, look at the screen here. What if you wanted a little smoke to it? What if you wanted to completely? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of
actually, here, you know what? Let me just
a little smokiness maybe, but I don't know if I need it completely grayed out.
I'm being gonna pick the one? No. Hold on. I've got to repick. 1 second. I want it to be this one. Oh, that's just hold, please, hold. Moving windows. There we go. So that is the rock tumbler. So that is, and that one's actually $60.
That's the gray.
You can go a full black where it's like you can't even see anything at all, or you can go with the clear.
Yeah, why would you want to? I mean, the other one looks cool, but I want to see my beverage.
Yeah, I like
without having to.
So when it came to the regular whiskey, which you actually can if you do the shop, you can pick the Norlan Whiskey Glass, and again, it's the set for 48. So they do have
Also
clear
available
sets.
on Amazon, I believe, as well.
Yeah, that's true. You can get also that in that one too.
Huh.
This is the one where I think it's very weird because I don't know why you'd want this in this glass, other than it kind of looks badass. But like if you're actually like caring about anything else when you're having the whiskey, Thanks to me for giving you the segue. It was perfect. It was perfect, Baker. I appreciate it. So you can get those.
Yeah.
We'll go back to the clear. There we go. It's kind of neat looking, the double walled where it's clear on the inside and then that color on the outside.
Yeah.
But again, overall, and then they also make like I said, they make a rocks glass as well, or highball glass. Sorry, so they make that as well. But yeah, that is
glasses sold individually.
Yeah, $50.
That's a lot. It's a lot of bucks.
I just don't use it. Like, I mean, I use rocks glasses a fair amount, but like not enough to spend that much. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I asked last week when you were going to do some rums. Have you tried any nice high-end rums? What are the rums we have tried in the last fair amount? Like nothing high-end really. Because kind of rums like are usually on the cheaper side, honestly, for some of the aging that gets done. I mean, we've tried. I can't even remember. Like you'd have to go in the archives yourself to remember the Dourleys, Mount Gay, and some other.
Been a while because we're overall just not real big. At least I'm not a big rum fan.
I would agree. We have not been like huge rum drinkers. If you want to suggest some rums that we should try, I'd be definitely into that, especially high end. That kind of ties actually back into another thing. Let me take this off the screen here. How does this glass enhance your beverage? I don't know. It would have to be insane. But so I was thinking this year, possibly for our thank you podcast. We've always usually been doing bourbons, whiskeys, scotches. What about, and I got a couple recommendations from some people. What about like a slightly higher end tequila, like an extra añejo? Like what if we went that way as something different?
We could.
Because that's something we haven't really ever experienced. Yeah. We've kind of hit the other things, and I don't, I even kind of walked by the cabinet the other day when I was at Total Wine, and I was kind of like, okay, it's going to be those things again. Like, I don't know.
Right.
That's at least kind of a completely new area. And,
could,
I don't know, that might be too much of a leap
that.
because we wouldn't have any experience with it, but then we'd be making this big jump to that. But
I had
someone suggest some things.
We've had some añejos and extra añejos, and I like tequila. I like so that could work.
I saw some for in like the 100, 150 kind of range. We're like, okay, like that would still be exciting. Maybe it wouldn't push the budget, but then but at least it would be like, well, this is a higher end one that we normally wouldn't get.
Yeah.
So Barbadian, okay, is that the name? Is that the name specifically of rum? The Supreme Champion Spirit this year at the ISC was a rum. Which one was it? Should we look for it? Is it that good? Yeah, rum to me overall is just kind of like I have not had anything that has been like worth finding the premium for. Like I've found plenty of what I need even in a sipping rum in that $20 to $25 range. Foursquare Redoubtable? Redoutable. Redoutable. I don't know. It could be. Does your other brother like tequila? Doesn't he usually finish your special purchase? He does, and I think he likes tequila. So that was one of I was going to ask him about that, if he would be all right if we kind of switched it up and went with something a little different, or if he would be interested in that.
He'd probably be fine with that, I'm guessing.
I had been hoping to find some other bourbon and whiskey stuff, but it's just not. I don't know. I haven't found anything that's like been super.
So we have to go to batch or something like that.
I mean, we could taste things there.
Oh,
like
can't-
that
they
would
don't
be
sell.
funny. We just are tasting these as a really expensive taste for each. We each try we each got a shot of Pappy. We sit there and like. He probably would bottle up a little thing, like he'd bring a little taste report here. We have a 23 here. But I don't know. It's not exciting for you because our whole thing has always been like the cool presentation.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Yep.
but yeah, we'll have to check all that stuff out. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna go grab the final beverage of the evening. It is again a little rye rye barrel proof whiskey from Wild Turkey. So we will be once I find the buttons. Be right back. The song is called Lost Footage.
Lost footage.
Yep.
Cutting room.
I must have got lost. All right, we are back, and we're going to do the final podcast of the evening that we were going to record, get ready to go, all of those things. So we will do the usual, turn off some extra graphics. This will be up on YouTube in a couple weeks at some point, I'm sure. I think definitely that cider has to go up next week. I think that may need to go.
Cider or the wine.
Damn, so many options.
People are looking for Thanksgiving suggestions.
That's
It's 3 weeks
true.
from today. Yes, 3 weeks from today.
Are you sure? It can't be 3 weeks from today.
This is the first Thursday.
That's true. Okay. And it's always the 5th Thursday of November? 4th. Comes quicker.
There
every
isn't
year.
always a fifth Thursday.
That's true.
Some years we go without Thanksgiving because there's no fifth Thursday.
I guess we don't get Thanksgiving this year. All right. Yeah. Let's get into the last last beverage of the evening here. Oh, whoops.
How did you come by this selection? I don't know if that was a good start or not.
I pulled it out of my turkey.
That's right.
I pulled it out of my keister, my gizzard. I don't know.
I went to the kitchen and I got it.
Yeah. Where do you think I got it from? Do they have an Uber drive for alcohol or something like that? Do they want it specifically
There is something we saw a commercial for within the last few months that it's like specifically was like have your alcohol delivered to you.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's pretty smart actually.
Well, safer, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. So when we were recording this, we are about, you said about 3 weeks till Thanksgiving?
But exactly 3 weeks.
Exactly 3 weeks till Thanksgiving. Now, this beverage isn't necessarily something that is Thanksgiving related, but the name of it is something you may find on your Thanksgiving table.
That's true.
That is true. That's the
Absolutely
best
true.
tie-in I've got.
That's good. No, let's go with it.
We have a barrel-proof rye whiskey for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye, which is a barrel-proof rye.
It is a barrel-proof rye.
Whoa.
What is barrel-proof? Well, in this regards, it's like 112, almost 113.
Okay.
So
Are there standards for barrel-proof? There
Well,
must
I mean,
be.
barrel-proof means like what it went into the barrel
Okay,
at.
and
So
it came
that is,
out that way.
but that can vary depending on the
barrel.
lots of factors. Yeah, exactly.
That's
Depends
true.
on the barrel. Exactly.
true.
So this one happens to be 112. Sometimes you'll see barrel proofs that are even higher than that. So this one I think is actually kind of on the lighter side a little bit for a barrel proof. But yeah, I found this one actually at my local, actually at a Costco in California, but I've seen them here in Costco here in Arizona as well.
Okay. All right.
Usually around $45 to $50. I've even seen them at Total Wine. So it's not like a super, even though it's a rare breed, it's not at least rare to where I shop.
Okay.
So like I said, not too bad.
It's not
in
a
those
stranger.
regards. And the pricing, again, not too bad. Wild Turkey, not usually one that I look for.
Yeah. I think it was one of our first bourbons we did on that podcast years and years ago.
I don't know if I got quite enough gusto out of that. There we go.
There it is.
That's the sound.
And this is a blend of 4, 6, and 8-year-old Kentucky straight ryes.
Correct. Yeah.
So-
112.2 is where we were at on the scale there. Like I
Trader
said,
Joe's
it
sells
says in
the Wild Turkey, the 101 proof.
Okay.
I don't think that's
and that's the bourbon, right?
Yeah. Yep.
we're also going to do a little something different here. What we're going to be drinking out of is probably the Glencairn glasses, which is what we use all the time. And if you want to buy some that have our etched logo on them that are super cool,
and why wouldn't you?
Link down below. You can get those directly from the manufacturer. I'm also going to pour a little bit in this Norlan whiskey glass, which I love quite a bit as well. And we're just going to probably mostly for aroma check this one out,
right?
Just to kind of see that. And I will probably, I'll drink it later.
Of course you will.
But yeah, we'll give that one as well if we want to compare what the sniffs come out of those two. But yeah,
sorry, I jumped in a little soon there.
That's okay. That's okay. What do you got for, like I said, on the color then there?
A little on the, I wouldn't say light, but on light, a little light orange, copper, a little bit of brown in there.
Yeah,
not super dark, but
a little darker honey kind of side there.
Yeah. Yep. Now, had you opened this before?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I opened it earlier today.
I say it didn't seem quite as hot. Corazon.
Okay, so that Corazon, so it's a Reposado batch, private select bottle, single barrel tequila aged in Weller bourbon barrels. So it's a batch pick. Only $40.
And you can get a bottle?
Yeah.
Oh.
About like 3 of those. The rare breed, yeah, it's the same single mash bill as their standard rye products. Okay, that's what I figured. But aged, obviously, what is their what is their regular stuff? What is the age on that? Do you know? This one, like I said, is 4, 6, and 8 years combined, and then barrel proof.
Dr. Taco knows his
Does
rare
like that.
breed.
51 rye, 12 barley, 37 corn. Okay, so that's the actual blend. Okay. It's the first barrel proof they've done. Do they have a bourbon version of this? That's not a rye. Do they have a bourbon barrel proof? You're down the street from MGP in Indiana. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Oh, another Indiana. Okay. All right. It's behind me on the shelf. Even better, Dr. Taco. I like it. Well, you definitely need to give us, I appreciate the couple suggestions you gave earlier for the rum, but you should, definitely give us some more. Either throw them in the comments, hit us up on Twitter, send us a message or whatever. Like I said, I am definitely interested in always expanding my horizons on something, what I feel about something. Because actually, that came up the other day. Someone asked me, they're like, oh, like, have you guys done some reviews of some sakes? I was like, yeah, we did one. I was not happy about it. So I need some more information on that too, because it seems like maybe just at least for what we were looking for, like, because everyone was talking about like, oh, there's plum and there's all these other, almost, I don't want to say it's like vodka, but there's almost like where you can get different ones that have different flavor components, which maybe then those are more for what we're looking for. But anyway. All right. Have you got thoughts on all of this?
I do, actually.
Okay. All right. I'm ready as well then. So how do you want to go about this? We both kind of were smelling not only the Norlan pour in that glass, but then also Glencairn. How would you like to? I mean, go ahead with how you'd like to compare.
Well, there's definitely a difference.
Definitely.
So that's interesting.
That's good.
I like that. In here, I get more. It's more focused. You still get more of the alcohol. There's a cinnamon, or not cinnamon, but
no, I think it's almost like cinnamon red hot to me. There's almost a little something.
And there's a sweetness there to it.
There's a brown sugar in there, a little bit of oak, and definitely some spice coming through. I would agree.
So with that, but then with this, it's really more of the sweetness that you get. It's more like not creamy necessarily, but it's definitely more sweet. The heat
cinnamon is there,
much.
but it's blended. Everything's blended in a little bit better in that. This is almost like, especially because of this higher proof, seems to be almost a little too focused or more focused.
Right, and you obviously have a narrower glass there, a narrower surface, so things are having to fight each other to get out of there. Whereas this is just more, more free flowing there. But
if you had to ask me, if you had to ask me which I like better, I would say I like the Norlan whiskey glass aroma, even though it is lighter.
Yeah,
you can definitely say that like, oh, there's more flavor in here, but that lighter flavor, it feels more balanced in there. Where this almost feels like sharp, quick hits of things.
I agree. I completely agree.
To the taste?
Absolutely.
Okay. Rum is slept on in the States. It's respected. It's not respected in the States. 2 of the last 4 years, a rum was named Supreme Champion at ISC, the Big Kid Spirit Competition. So yeah, there are plenty of great rums. I just need to look into more and be able to get, a good solid recommendation, because that's not one that I, look out for. But a rum is always something I feel you should have in your bar if you're going to be mixing drinks and doing other things. But there, definitely are I'm sure there are some great rum makers out there that are making things that are like, this is great for sipping and great when it comes to, the other processes and things. So.
I think a thing for me about rum is just it's a base product being, either sugar cane or molasses and I usually just tend to find them just too sweet for my, for my palate. But
yeah, so that's where it's interesting. Like if that is where we're normally at, where they're like a little on the sweeter side, what are the versions that have strayed from that, and like kind of like added like another layer to it that kind of like also complements that. Yeah. Rum is only sweet when sugar is added. Well, you're only sweet when sugar's added, I'm telling you. We have a nice rum we tried in the Caribbean. Oh, really? Okay.
That's right. Trader Joe's had a rum that came in. It was $20. It was like this special thing. We got 2 cases of it. Didn't ever even appear to my order guide. It just
arrived at your doorstep.
It just arrived. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So they're all gone.
How was it?
I never tried one.
Okay.
Todd said it was good. He did it as dark and stormy.
Oh, well, yeah.
For that. So
sugar and yeast make ethanol, and ethanol isn't sweet. Yeah, I mean, like again, even some of the, I've had a few slightly more expensive, but that doesn't mean that they didn't have sugar added to them. So again, based on that profile, like I said, yeah, hit up.
We need a rum that tastes more like a bourbon or scotch.
Yeah, no, I don't mind getting a little more sweet, because obviously that Angel's Envy that we had, that one was fairly sweet for a bourbon, but we liked that there was the balance of other things in there. So it's just kind of it's finding more of that, like looking, and I don't need it to taste like a bourbon. I want it to have its own characteristics, but I just don't also want it to be like a sugar bomb. Call back 10 out of 10 here. Thanks, Devo. Devo, it's good to see you here, sir. It's good to see you. I think I'm ready. Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I think so too.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hello, St. Louis. Sorry, I did that last week too.
I'm ready for some football.
Carrie Underwood?
No.
I can't believe she's still doing the song.
Okay. Yeah.
Everyone knows that it's not actually an original song. I don't think you wrote this song.
I like the body.
It's got a nice viscosity to it. I agree.
Yeah. It's interesting the difference between drinking it out of the Norlan's and the Glencairn.
Okay.
It's still kind of hot, I think, coming out of the Glencairn.
Mm-hmm.
And more than nice spicy. There's a focused. What's in there is just more concentrated. Where in this glass, it's fun, and you drink it out of that, and it just kind of like opens up more. Thins things out a little bit, I guess.
Is it almost like, and this could be completely wrong, so you can say no, is it almost like how some people will add a drop or two of water to something without doing that?
Yes. Yeah, I would say I would almost say, instead of adding a glass of water to it, just drink it out of a
entire glass? What are you doing?
Drinking a drop of water to your glass.
Yeah.
Open, just use a glass that has a wider mouth to let it open up a little bit more. But it's good though. It's a little hot.
Yeah, it definitely like some good heat in there, which I like. The spice is nice overall. Like I said, I think the blend is very good. I like the similar what we got in the aroma. Like I said, I'm getting in the taste that's transferring over a little bit of cinnamon, the brown sugar. Some of those notes are in there. It's just a good blend that I really enjoy. Like I said, I've been really enjoying the Ryes lately.
Yeah.
So do you think you prefer it out of one of those
I
glasses?
think I actually prefer it out of the Norlan's glass.
Or I didn't know if you just like it was like one or the other, just like
I think I would prefer to drink that out of the Norlan's glass.
okay. So maybe as the proof goes up, maybe that would be the glass then for
That
you,
might
just because
be.
then it kind of
Yeah.
helps to kind of
Yeah.
you get to have the enjoyment and the experience of not having the whiskey itself being watered down, but then can have the flavors just kind of be able to get in a little bit more oxygen, kind of get a little bit more. Okay,
I
interesting.
think that might be it. We'll have to try that next time we bring something else to the table. Let's do the same thing.
Yeah, maybe we should do this for a few now to actually see which one we like. We'll just keep bringing that glassware in here and seeing how that goes. But if you want to see all the how the goes things have happened, if you want to see all the stuff that we've done previously,
Yeah.
there's a website for that. AboutBeverages.com. You can check out all of the previous whiskeys we've had, wine, spirits, like all kinds of things, anything and everything, coffee, waters, teas, all of that. Go check out the website. They'll have all the podcast videos, recipes, all those things. If you only want the latest videos, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. We would greatly appreciate that. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, it's just right down there. You just click the little button, hit the subscribe. We really appreciate that. And if you only want audio, that's fine too. Google Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes. If you have a favorite podcast app, just search for About Beverages. We will probably be there. Just go check us out, search for it. It does seem that way. And we are also on a few different social media platforms.
Yes, we currently the 3 pillars.
The pillars.
The pillars are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date of what's going on at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which is where we stream throughout the week. 2 of us get together most Thursday evenings and do that. We record podcasts, hang out, have beverages, chat with anybody who happens to drop in, and and who knows what we're going to talk about. Well, all kinds of things just pop up: sports, music, and beverages. Absolutely,
That's true.
Also, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he's doing throughout the week in the gaming world and what he'll be drinking while he's doing that. So follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
And that is a podcast. Sorry about that. We were finishing up the podcast there. So a nice high-end Foursquare will be a good starting point for a bourbon drinker. You can find some of their bottles at Total Wine. Enough rum talk. Do not apologize for rum talk. No, we are happy for the education and for someone that also enjoys rum and wants to get us into it. 100%. Thank you so much for giving us that information. No, I appreciate it. Actually, I'll probably look it up and bookmark it right now so I don't forget. Okay. Yeah, so that was definitely a different experience in the Norlan glass.
It was. No, it's definitely
So now I wonder.
much different.
I don't know if I have anything on that proof scale, but I wonder if you did the same thing and you had something that was like, say, 90 proof or less or 100 proof or less, would you be like, oh, I need it to be in this glass because I need it to be that more focused amount of flavor? Because that's the wonderful thing. 100 proof and above, I know we've talked about, like, that's kind of become like the sweet spot that I like just because it's not being watered down as much. You're getting a little bit more of the actual flavor. You're getting a little bit more kick of everything in there. So that's kind of definitely where I have enjoyed. I think this one, for some reason, even though it's a little bit higher proof, did not seem to have even as much kick as the Bakers we had last week. That one seemed to me like to be even a little bit more like, I don't know why. Maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe
because I wasn't a really big fan of this. This is pretty good though. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wild turkey. It's funny. I always think of wild turkey as, you know, their base one, but obviously they are so much more.
That's true. Oh, Foursquare. Okay, so we got Foursquare Detente rum. Detente. Probably the spiced rum.
So are you suggesting detente? Da. That's from Bosom Buddies.
That's a Bosom Buddies reference. Nice.
I know. All right, Peter Scolari.
Oh man,
that just seems weird that he's no longer around. Even had a little part in that thing you do.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was good. I like that. I haven't heard
Rip Peter for sure.
If Tom
Funny
Tom Hanks
said nice
anything.
Nice Dr. Taco coming in with that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, he was
Mm-mm.
to see one of those like genuine guys for the most part. That is a good one. That Russell's Reserve that we had last week was really good too. What was the proof on that one? The Russell's Reserve that we had last week. Great on Newhart was such a great show. Look at this. Oh, I'm glad
Dr.
you came in
Taco,
tonight.
all
Yeah,
right.
Dr. Taco, thank you for coming in tonight. That is awesome that you were remembering some of the Newhart. I mean, the original Bob Newhart show, but then Newhart with Peter Sklar. Like that was just, yeah. Yeah, actually, that was the tweet I think I saw first. Not that I follow her, but that was the one that was popping up was Julia Duffy.
I read that.
Was her
yeah.
saying something like I've my partner, so I've lost my partner or my dance partner or something like that. 110? Okay. So the Foursquare Probitas. Where do you want to go with that? Probitas? Those price mixtures will change quite a bit the longer you let them sit in the glass and open up. Definitely, yes. And this is one too. We found with most of these things, like I said, we've actually, as silly as it sounds now, that actually we decant anything. But now I have been opening the bottles before because we used to like literally because it's kind of neat. Like, oh, I'm opening this for the first time on the street, and always like that.
It'd be like, oh,
alcohol. Like it was always just almost overwhelming. Not that we're not. We're novices to this, but still it was always just a little bit too much. So now we've been, like I said, I had this one open for several hours. Just literally had the cap off for a while. So it is a blended white rum. The first time has been produced in the Caribbean. Collaboration between distillers from Foursquare in Barbados and Hampton Estate in Jamaica. No color, no sugar, no filtration, no additives, and no... Okay. All right. I'm going to bookmark that because that definitely sounds...
a mixer.
Reese is a mixer, great in cocktails, buns of Foursquare, and Hampton Jamaican rum, which is a totally different animal with long 2 to 3 week fermentation. Okay.
I feel like we're like HJ and Dr. Taco right now are kind of like on the same sort of information level with they're there to fill their they're giving us all kinds of great quality there.
So you get overripe, almost rotten bananas and pineapples. Okay, in that one in particular, Hampton is 100% pot still. Okay.
What about
those two? So how about the détente rum? That one's a little more pricey, but if that one is high rate of ordering rum, a blend of 2 separate 10-year-old Foursquare rums, a 10-year-old aged exclusively in ex-bourbon barrels, and the other aged 4 years in ex-bourbon and an extra 6 years in ex-port barrels. That sounds delicious. Détente is a nice sipper. Okay. All right. Let me bookmark this one. That sounds delicious.
So maybe we say thank you with an upscale rum and an upscale tequila.
See, we could do something like that with some, based on what we kind of usually do. Like I said,
as opposed to one very expensive one, we get a couple of.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Upper end.
I like that. Thank you for all the wonderful conversation from everybody tonight. But yeah, thank you, Dr. Taco, for coming in with that. That is not a bad idea. Okay, I have bookmarked that so we don't forget about it. And it actually is available here where we're at. So that would be also an interesting thing. Yeah, the combination of the rum and the bourbon barrel and the port, like that sounds very interesting. Tom Hanks on Colbert had many good memories of Peter Sklar. Oh, I need to watch that. When was that? Is that recently?
I'll have to
obviously,
look that up. Yeah, I'd like to see
She's
that
like, no,
too.
it's from 5 years ago. He's like, when he dies, here's what I'll say about him.
I've already prepared what I'll say. Yeah, I'll have to watch that.
He was just one of those, like he seemed to be, and everything, like when you see reports about people, he was just always just very genuine and just just a good heart and just and very funny too.
Oh, it's not around 51%. It is 51%.
A nice and easy starting point. Yeah, it is at 51%. You were on fire tonight. You were checking out the websites right now as well. Yeah. And that gets a very high rating as well. Yeah, okay. All right, we will check that one out. I've got that one. I run a rum bar. Well, there you go.
Okay.
All right, well, we'll have to definitely check that one out. Yeah, I don't know what your price on it, but 70. What? So that one's 73, and then like I said, yeah, maybe we find like a little, like I said, some of their like
a nice and easy starting point.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Easy like Sunday morning. Like Sunday morning. You're a big rum nerd? Oh, nice. Well, see, this is great, though, because this is like we always talk about.
Yeah, this is perfect. Oh, my God. Yeah.
This is perfect for what we have always wanted, like for what we, like I said, when we started this podcast decades ago, was having people come in. And I think being live is when this has really come about. Right. We have gotten people to reach out to us, talk about this kind of stuff, especially when it's either something that we have very little knowledge of or have only kind of dipped in a little bit. Yeah. And there is definitely that thing. If you're not as enthusiastic about something, sometimes you won't make that leap to like, I'm going to spend $50 on this thing, or whatever, especially when it comes to these kind of barrel aged things. Whereas like with whiskeys and scotches and bourbons, for the most part, like especially I will take the leap on those things. It's like I'm probably going to like it, and let's experience this.
Right.
And we do that with our final podcast too. But when it comes to rum, we've only made, I don't know, what's probably the most expensive rum we've bought. Have we even gone up to $50 on a rum?
I don't.
Not
we'd
that
have to look back
not
at
that the
that
price is
podcast,
everything,
yeah.
but
It
I'm
was,
trying to think of like, didn't I do something that was maybe at least in the 30s? Like
I think that the Dourly's was, I don't know, 15, 20 maybe.
if only there was a website.
I don't know what you. You'd have to go back to to the early archives there.
look quick and just search for rum and see if that jogs my memory. I knew there was one at some point.
You bought something.
There was something that when we were doing the rum podcast, that I
Dourly's
bought,
XO. Yeah, we had the XO.
Yeah, I know we had that. We had the Mount Gay,
Right,
right?
thirsty
Wasn't
for
that
a
the-
rum. I don't know if we did have that. You had something that was like a dark one.
You're a
Like
dark. Rum is a many splendid. Rum is a many splendid thing. Wow, that was funny.
Oh, that was the thing I got.
So we
that
had
was
the
the
four rums from
sampler.
St. Lucia Distillers.
Right, that was the sampler I got when we were on
So
vacation.
it must be this. This is when we did the podcast.
Okay, so that is Mount Gay.
It
And
was this
Dourly's.
one, whatever that one is. So we did the Barbados, which is the Dourly Special Selected XO.
Produced by Force there. Heavier.
Okay, so I had a Matusalem Grand Reserva 15-year. That one was $30.
Yeah, I was on vacation in St. Lucia back like 8 years ago, and I brought just back like a little random sampler
sampler.
thing. Yep. Okay, so we did have the Mount Gay. Oh, we
Yeah.
didn't like that at all.
No, we gave that one a 0. So we did not like the,
The
Mount Gay.
Eclipse.
Yeah, so we had that. We had the St. Croix Islands, the Crucian, aged 2 to 4 years. That was $14. The most expensive one we had at the time was the Matusalem Grand Reserva 15-year. That was we liked that one. It was $30.
We gave it
Total
a 2. We gave the Dourly's a 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we had
okay, cheap mixer. Okay.
Okay.
And then the Barbados one, Dourly Special Selected XO. That one we also gave it to. Wow, we were
That was over 11 years ago.
God 8/6 of 2010. That
Oh,
we
yeah.
like just started. The Mount Gay Black Barrel and XO are fine products. Dourly's XO is great for 20.
Didn't you buy Dourly's recently? I thought you bought a rum.
I
thought it
did
was the
because I
Dourly's.
bought something because my wife every once in a while likes the Long Island iced teas.
Right.
So I think I bought, but I didn't,
That was the first
but
guy
I
at
didn't, but I
Total
didn't
Wine
want to
who-
buy a white rum.
who
So
helped
then I
us
was like,
out,
I
I
want to
think.
get.
I can't remember what his name was. Remember real early on when we went to actually the classes at Total Wine? I forgot what that guy's name was.
Oh,
But
yeah.
he helped us find the Dourly's actually.
Oh, they still have a website. This
Matusalem.
Matusalem, maybe is that it? How did we say it? That's a horrible website.
Cruise and
Don't go
rum
there.
is best left.
And I think that's kind of what we thought as well. I thought we had another. Go back one page there. So that was the rum one. Hot buttered rum. Angel's Envy Rye finished in rum barrels. That's probably been my favorite, but it was bourbon finished in rum barrels. I guess that was it.
We just haven't done a lot because it wasn't. I know it wasn't something I preferred.
We did it dark and stormy. Trader
There's the
Joe's
eggnog
eggnog liqueur.
liqueur.
I don't know why that comes up in a rum search. But, oh, it probably had rum in it.
Yeah, I think it. Well, it had brandy. Maybe it had rum. I don't know. I know it has brandy in it.
You can hear them say brandy. You're fine. Did I mention the word rum? Chocolate. Yeah. Oh, what are they bringing back the chocolate eggnog?
No. We have to at least have one call back to that every year, though. That how much we like that. So
A lot of the Spanish style rums have deceptive labeling and usually added sugars due to lower regulations. Spanish style rums are also the most boring. Usually, just skip them. Okay. I am loving all this information. I am so
know.
glad you came in tonight with all this. This is awesome.
It's cool.
This is actually fantastic. So overall, did you like? We didn't like fully get like. Did you like this? Like, did you?
Yeah, I like it
Especially-
better than what we had last week.
Okay.
Okay.
I did too, and especially for this price. This is
And-
actually cheaper than what we had last week.
Okay. Yeah, because last week's was what 60,
55 to
Okay.
60, and this
Yeah.
one's like I said, 45 to 50 tops.
Yeah, I definitely like I said. This is one I would at least here. I would sip it more out of the Norlan's glass, just because it just sort of smooths everything out a little bit. But yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I didn't really get like it's rye though. I didn't really get the
I mean, there's the spice. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
that
I guess
to
that's
me
the
is always kind
spiciness,
of
yeah.
like the initial thing for the.
That's true. That's true.
Is always kind of the spice thing there. Yeah, that is. Yeah, that is tasty.
So who are we bequeathing our
Who are we
viewers?
Who are we
to?
bequeathing?
We're
The
gonna
bequeath
hand
is
off
about
everybody.
to happen. Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap things up, right? Don't you think?
I think so.
Wait, we have one more beverage to do? No, I'm just
No.
no.
We had the
What-
quad.
Did you have any ideas for next week?
Not at the moment.
Do you have that Pinot
Unless you
Noir
wanna-
that from
We don't
Rayburn?
have that.
The
We could
Rayburn
we
Pinot?
could go with another possible Thanksgiving wine. We could.
I like the Thanksgiving wine. So
I
if
think
you
we
find
should
another
stay
one of
with that.
those,
Okay,
I mean, I
good.
am like I said, you don't have to. I know your wallet's probably quivering right now. You don't have to do that pricing again. But that was definitely a
I'll see if
treat.
maybe I can find like a $10 to $12 Pinot or Cab.
That would be very interesting to me. Like,
do that.
yeah, if you can find something like that. I almost thought about like I was wondering like should I look for. What was the one that was always like the Bareboat Pinot was always really good.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. Hey, thank you very much.
We happy? Vincent! We happy?
Yeah, we happy.
Dr. Taco, thank you for the
And
100
we
bits.
are
I
happy.
appreciate it. Thank you very much. As
Yeah,
our
thumbs up.
little Pulp Fiction right there. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
That's not Sal from Impractical Jokers, is it?
I don't think so.
I
don't
like the
think
little
so.
song.
That could
Okay,
be though.
that's good.
But yeah, so we will figure out something. I don't think I may have one more whiskey. I don't know. I can keep bringing stuff out. I hate to open up things though that I like. I don't. Now I got to start drinking this one.
Of course.
It's unfortunate. Now I got to use it up. It's always rough. Maybe we just do the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked again, even though we've reviewed that one before. Just keep going back to things.
Revisit. See if we
Just
still like it.
continue.
We got to try it out of a different glass, for God's sake.
Exactly.
Let's
Maybe
try it
that's
at
the
Collins
key.
glass.
Let's
Let's try it in a beer mug.
try it.
How is it in your coffee cup? It's good.
In a coffee cup, if you're working, it's perfect.
It's perfect.
It's literally perfect.
How is it out of your thermos? Good. Okay. And since it's the Hennigans,
Yeah, the no smell, no tell scotch.
it'll be
All
our
right.
little secret.
We are going to wrap things up. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yes,
Dr.
thank you.
Taco, thank you for the bits again.
All the
thank you to
rum
everybody for the
information.
follows. Thank you for the using up of your cool caps for for obviously many things. We appreciate that. I will be back on again tomorrow, probably around 10 a.m. Pacific. We'll be playing some more Red Dead 2. I'll probably wind up having this whiskey. I don't know. That's what we'll wind up going with.
Okay, well, especially
easy on
since
me.
you're in the West.
It always makes it easy for me on Fridays if I do something that we've already been having. Maybe I'll have more of that Chardonnay if Keith leaves it here. We'll see.
Oh, I don't know.
He may take it back with him.
I might take it.
think he's going to take it with him.
Maybe I'll let you have a glass. You pour a glass, put it in
I
the
can
fridge.
pour it some in a flask.
There you go.
I can
A
flask
wine
it up
flask.
A little bit. Oh my God. All right. Well, we are going to raid someone right now. They are not doing a talk show or a podcast, but we're going to raid Stone Hollows right now. They're a fellow Arizona streamer. They've come in and hung out in my chat several times, so we're going to go say hi to them as well. She is super nice. She is playing some Dragon Age Inquisition, which is a fantastic game. I love the Dragon Age games. Anything from BioWare is always usually pretty good, especially the older BioWare stuff. So we're going to go say hi to her, and we will wrap it up and see you guys next week. Same time?
Same time.
Except later, depending on where you're at. So it'll be
That's true. The time will change.
So with the time change next week, it'll be 6:30 Pacific,
6:30 Pacific.
8:30 Eastern. That one actually doesn't change because it's only 2 hours of the East Coast.
It'll be, yes, that's true. It'll be 2 hours. Yeah.
So 6:30 Pacific, 8:30 East. So if you're on the East Coast, it's the same time. If you're in the PST,
We separate.
Yeah, then we
Yes.
separate a little bit. So it'll be a little bit slightly later on the PST. Thank you very much for the great show. I appreciate it, Baker. But yeah, we'll be on again next week, and I'll be on again tomorrow if you guys want to watch some Red Dead. I'd appreciate that.
All right,
the
everyone.
plan.
Thank you again. We will have a good week.
Good night, everybody. Eight.